What are the topics we're going to talk about? Do we have like a...
That works.
But who gives a shit?
Wait, what topics?
All football. All football today.
Hell yeah.
All fucking football. You fucking know it. So, we're recording. We're recording, by the way. You may notice, for those of you on YouTube, will know that... Oh, fucking Tyler. Jesus. You will notice that none of the original guys are here. No one is fucking available. I want to record today. So, joining me today is a U Stadium Originals. Glenn, you might know as Glenn Vett, if I got that right.
Yeah.
Our favorite Ravens fan, Splash. Ryan, welcome, man.
Hello.
Jason, our very well-loving, devoted Cowboys fan.
Nice.
Who is probably 50-50 high or drunk at the same time. And Tyler's here.
Hey, Tyler!
Tyler's here, our favorite Colts fan.
I think it's like 11 o'clock here. I'm not that smashed yet.
Not yet. The keyword is not yet.
Tyler, you look sexy.
It will be
as hell, bro.
happening.
Who all's on?
Tyler, where you at, man?
I'm at work, dog.
Shit, man. You fucking savage.
Wait, who's at work?
Tyler, me,
Oh, what are you doing?
working at a hotel,
Quit.
man.
It's football season. Quit.
I almost did that.
My manager told me she'll give me every Sunday off that I ask for. I said, I'm going to get every Sunday off till February.
Awesome.
That's fucking awesome. That's great.
Who else on the call at the moment?
We have Glenn, we have Ryan, Jason, me.
Okay,
Yeah,
alrighty.
all
Bunch of
football
you
today,
guys.
man. All
Awesome.
football.
Hell yeah.
All football. It's the 100th season. Jesus Christ, Doritos.
You didn't hear that, couldn't you? I'm sorry.
I fucking heard that.
I just woke up.
Don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry. It's gonna be a blast.
I'll supplement my hunger with a Red Bull.
It's gonna be a fucking blast. Anywho, all football today. We got a lot of football talk to get to. It's the 100th season of the NFL. Everyone's gonna be excited for their prediction. Everyone's gonna post shitty predictions, especially me.
Shout out to Splash
Yeah.
and his 90 articles a day.
Yeah. Jesus, man.
Oh man, you guys think it's annoying? So one of my podcast people mentions it every day that I write too many articles.
Yeah. You probably have nothing better to do, so.
Yeah, this is true, and I get paid for it, so.
Nice.
Might as well, yeah.
Wait, Splash, you have a podcast?
Yes, sir, I do.
That's fucking horrible.
My audio quality is crap, but you know.
You've never called me and got me on there? Like, really?
I think we have to keep it within the organization. So if I do an offshoot one, I will definitely invite you.
No, I'm not going now. It's too late, dude.
Nah.
Dang.
Dang,
I'll
Chief.
boycott your ass. Boycott Splash.
Hashtag boycott Splash.
Damn, Chief.
Boycott Splash, for sure.
Damn. It's starting to turn real quick.
I must have drank a case of beer last night, dude. Jesus Christ, I feel like shit.
What'd you drink, man?
You look like shit too, boss.
Wait, is this video on or something?
Yeah, video's on. Yeah, we're screen recording.
Yours isn't, but you always do.
I'm naked,
so.
dude, so.
Jesus Christ.
Turn that camera on.
Oh, show that thing. Show the world.
No, let's not do that. This is going on YouTube. Don't do that.
Do it.
Shut up, Tyler. You don't no support. Roll.
Wait, do y'all want to talk about Rach wanting to, fucking smash?
No.
Rach wants to smash. You want to talk about that?
She
We'll talk about
definitely
football.
wants to smash.
No.
She wants to smash so bad, dude.
Yeah.
You should hear these fucking messages she leaves me on Instagram, man.
Sharon 2.0.
Yeah,
And she's
no,
married
right?
with like 4 kids.
I know, but she did.
I mean,
She
listen,
looks
you
like
do
that
you, man.
Snatches.
You do you. You
All right,
do.
football. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
football.
Right, right.
Football.
Plenty of football. Plenty of football. It's
Hey, let's
official.
talk about
What was it? The
let's
first
talk about
preseason
Deontay
game
Foreman.
this Thursday? It was the Hall of
Deontay
Fame game.
Foreman.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame game this Thursday. I didn't watch it because I was on vacation, but fuck it.
You didn't watch the game?
I was on vacation, man.
It was boring as hell. You
I didn't
missed
watch the
it.
game.
That was good. I thought that was a good game.
All right,
You missed absolutely nothing.
The Ed Reed part, so that sucked.
that's whatever.
It's better than the AAF.
Well, you're not wrong about that one. Especially that. Is the
I think it's
official?
better than most fucking what is it? What was it? I'm fucking so. What was the game? What game was it? It was the Hall of Fame. I think it was the best Hall of Fame game that I remember seeing. To be honest.
Y'all gonna let the man talk on his podcast or what?
It's
Oh, shit,
fine.
I'm sorry. Go
It's
ahead.
fine.
I talked to you.
Look, all we do is basically talk bullshit and talk sports. That's all we do. Even if we interrupt each other, I don't give a shit. Content is content, you know.
It's hard for me to shut up.
No, don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry about it.
Fuck you, Glenn.
It's the annual time of the year
I'm
where
gonna go to King's whatever shithole that you're in and fuck you up, man.
we.
King's Landing or whatever shithole you live in.
Kings Mountain.
King's Mountain, yeah.
King's Landing. Yeah.
I knew this was gonna be a great idea when I invited you for. It's the annual time of the year where we all predict our team is gonna make the Super Bowl because shit happens. Especially Jason because he's the Cowboy fan here.
Cowboys making Super Bowl.
No.
All love, brother. All love. All love.
It's our year.
When's the last time you didn't say that?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be Cowboys Patriots? Don't you?
No, I don't think the Pats have a chance.
Pats won't make it.
Uh,
Pats won't make it.
So the Pats don't have a chance, but the Cowboys do.
I mean, I'm not saying this because Splash is on here, but I think the Ravens have the best shot.
Oh my god, dude, they're not even the best team in their division. What are you talking about?
Who you say the Browns?
Fuck no. No Browns.
Pittsburgh is still better.
No.
Pittsburgh, I think, has a good shot.
They're gonna be
Pittsburgh.
good. They're gonna be better than they were last year.
I think Baltimore comes out of that division.
I think Pittsburgh
I do too.
and Cleveland have like one fatal flaw. Like we're less talented than both of those. I don't think that's can argue that.
Yeah,
But
especially quarterback.
yeah,
I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
I think we're the best.
Listen here, dink and dunk.
So that helps.
They're not one of the best D's in the league, so that's not really the problem. It's like that's not the problem at
All
all.
that has to happen is Lamar just doesn't have. He just can't mess up, and then that's it.
That's
But
it.
he'll mess up.
Just hope you learn how to pass in the offseason.
I just want him to learn how to stop fumbling.
Yeah.
That's
That'd
the
be
real
nice.
problem.
All right. So, Dan, what's your Super Bowl pick?
What?
What's your Super Bowl pick?
The 100th season of the NFL, 2019.
No, your Super Bowl pick.
My Super Bowl pick right now?
Yep.
I'm torn between. I don't know. I'm torn between Saints, Patriots, Colts, Seahawks, or Chiefs, Seahawks.
Colts, Seahawks. We would definitely have to link up for that one, dude. That would be so.
I've a little backstory. I've been picking Colts, Seahawks for the last 5 straight years.
That worked out.
Not great.
Hey, you
Oh, no.
came away in 2014.
They were. I thought they were the closest one was 2014.
Y'all know what my worst Super Bowl pick of all time was?
What?
I don't know if y'all were on U Stadium for this. The year that Ebron got fouled against the Cowboys and they didn't call it.
Oh,
And the
It was
show-
Pettigrew that got fouled.
Ebron, I picked Colts Lions, dude. It was the worst pick of all
Oh
time.
man.
I called it before the season. I said we're gonna get Luck and Stafford, and neither of our teams made it past the second round.
Oh
The Cowboys
man.
bounced them in the wild card.
Oh.
Stafford
I know
will
I
never
had
sniff the Super
Ravens
Bowl.
in the AFC title in 2015 and 5-11.
Curse
The
is
whole
Bobby
regular
Lane.
season- The whole regular season, it looked like it could happen. It looked the Lions were really good. The Colts were really good. I'm like, hell yeah. Hell no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It sounded like a good idea, but fucking
Um,
Lions.
Before the 2015 playoffs, I said the Seahawks and Broncos would meet again in the Super Bowl. Of course, I got fucked over.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glenn.
What? Yeah, and look what they did with that little gift.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm leaving.
It's
How do
fine.
you ruin the best regular season of all time?
For me?
Second best regular season of
Hey,
all
the
time.
probably.
Patriots ruined their 16-0 season, so.
Uh,
Best
15 one season.
all time.
The-
Yeah, that
the
was a
Panthers
really
season
good year.
was better than
Von
the
Miller did.
Patriots.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay,
Marcus
I would-
Ware did.
I would argue that the Panthers 15-1 season was better than the Patriots 16-0 season.
Chicago.
Relax.
Yeah, no, because
relax.
it's a different league, different game, and them boys was
Oh,
killing every
if
single
I
game.
agree with you.
Okay, stop that. The Patriots were best
Yeah.
offense in the league, top 5 defense in the league. They were absolutely
This is coming
Yeah, but
from a
it was
Panthers
expected.
fan.
It
Stop
was
that.
expected. It was expected. The Panthers just kind of came out every game and whooped ass.
what about the
It wasn't-
2012 Broncos? What about that team?
Which team?
The 2012 Broncos. That was that was Manning's first year in Denver.
That was a bullshit.
And that was
I
the
love
worst
your
Super Bowl I've ever
boys and
seen.
girls.
Number 1 defense, number 2 offense.
AFC
Talking about,
sucks.
are we talking about 2013?
The 2012 Broncos. That was Manning's first year in Denver.
When they lost to Baltimore in the divisional.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Because what's his name got behind the corner.
Jacoby Jones.
Even more.
Yep.
The last time Flacco ever threw deep.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah, well, Lamar couldn't do half of that, but
Shit.
Uh,
He's hit Mark Andrews on a couple.
in game,
All right.
Lamar got a rocket, dude. But shit,
Am I drifting when I say this? In terms of I have my playoff teams right here. From 6 to 1, we're going AFC first. Chargers, Jags, Ravens, Patriots, Chiefs, Colts.
I agree.
Jaguars.
Yeah, but you got the Jags in. That's
Jaguars.
That's pretty sad for conference playoffs, to be honest. I mean, that's some shit. Chargers.
Let me,
What a joke.
let me look at mine real quick. I have all my shit saved.
And for the NFC, if the NFC, if everything goes as planned, Falcons, Rams, Cowboys, Bears, Seahawks, Saints.
Wait, did you say the Falcons?
Falcons at 6, yes.
In the playoffs?
Yes.
This year?
Yeah,
Yes. the Falcons
Oh,
are
we're not
good.
talking about a few years ago. We're talking about this year.
this year.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
They're a good team. Don't
I
sleep
like
on the
this.
Yeah,
Falcons.
I mean,
great.
they were 7-9 last year with all the injuries.
That was to say, with all the injuries, yeah. They'll be
Yeah.
solid.
All right. Hey, Splash.
Yeah.
Give us your AFC conference winners real quick.
Okay, so Steelers at 6, Chiefs at 5, Colts at 4, Ravens at 3, Chargers 2, and then the Patriots win the AFC again.
I don't think the Patriots get the 1 seed.
Okay, let me ask you real quick. Why the hell every single year we hype up the Chargers when they don't do
Yeah,
shit?
thank you.
Because they do fine in the regular season, and then
Yeah,
when it
but
comes to the
they're-
second round, they shit themselves.
Okay, so
Yeah, but
last
they-
year
Yeah.
they
lost
12-4,
Melvin's
and
gone.
almost every year they would have been the 1 seed
Yeah.
if the Chiefs lose an extra game.
Mhm.
Like if the Chiefs don't have a miracle comeback against us and against Baltimore, the Chargers are the 1 seed.
Yeah. And that's
then,
a completely different
before
story.
that, they ended the season 9-3, and if it wasn't for a goofy tiebreaker, they would have been in the playoffs because they beat Buffalo, and then Buffalo gets in because it's a 3-way tiebreaker with us and LA. Were they San Diego at the time?
And
No, they were.
every single year we hype up the Chargers like they're gonna do some
Who's
shit.
we? Who's we?
Everyone,
Yeah, I know.
You stadium.
No.
Nobody
Hey,
on
Monday
your stadium-
especially.
Everyone on there hates
Okay,
the Chargers.
okay.
Yeah, everyone hates the Chargers.
To be fair, it
Besides
probably-
Derek, who
probably.
puts them in the
Hated
Super Bowl?
Derek.
I mean, I'm just tired of seeing
Twitter
dark
hypes
horse
up the Chargers.
contenders.
Am I crazy to think Seattle's a 2 seed? Or am I drifting?
No.
Yeah.
No, Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle's
I
always
don't
they're
know.
Seattle will get a wild card, but they're not winning the division.
I think the Rams. I think the Rams take like a 2-game slide. Like, I don't think LA will be as good as they were last year because last year they were historically good.
No, I don't think so either.
I think they've been figured out. Done.
They have been figured out.
They get cut back.
Well, let's look at who Seattle lost and who they added. They lost essentially 4 guys. 5, excuse me. They lost Mike Davis, J.R. Sweezy, Baldwin, who retired, fucking Frank Clark, who needed to be traded, and Earl Thomas, who was gone from the get-go. They added 3 receivers in the draft, who are
I like Metcalf.
I love them. I love the Metcalf
Yeah, he's a
pick.
beast.
I love the
one of
Metcalf pick.
Baltimore.
Gary Jennings with a terrific career at West Virginia. John Ursua, who's not bad. They got David Moore, Jerron Brown, Lockett at receiver. So that's 6 guys off. So that's 6 guys off the bat.
Okay, question.
Yeah,
Where did David Sills end up?
good question.
Because he was like, I had him like end of day 2, early day 3 pick, and I think he went undrafted.
Good fucking question.
Homestead of?
Bills. He went for the Bills.
Oh, David Sills used to be a 5-star quarterback recruit at USC. Went to West Virginia, caught like 17 touchdowns 2 years ago.
Yeah, he did. He's huge.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
thinking
he said.
he's a prototypical Patriots receiver. I mean, because he has quarterback background.
He's 6'4" and white. How is that a Patriot receiver?
Half of that works, but he does have the quarterback experience, like Etling and Edelman.
The typical Patriot receiver is 5'10" or 5'9" and white. Come on.
And steroids.
I could be a Patriot receiver.
I could be a Patriot receiver. I'm 5'10".
I'm 5'11", half white and out of shape.
Jason's 5'2". Don't let him fool you.
I thought,
The 3-foot dick.
I thought Seattle would be the 1 seed strictly because of the hype, but I was drifting, so I put them at the 2.
Alright. I think Russell Wilson's going to have an MVP type year,
He
but I don't think
fucking better.
I don't think they win the division. I still think the Rams win it.
So, Jason, who's your NFC picks?
Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to say. Number 1, right?
Dallas.
At least he's
Let
confident.
me guess.
Okay, so-
Dallas, Chicago.
Okay, it's going to be Dallas, Chicago,
Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle, the Eagles. Those fucking bastards.
Mm.
You don't think? Saints and oh shit. Wait a minute. I guess I might have to say, I don't want to pick the Rams because I don't think they're gonna have a good year. I really
Picked up
want to
Panthers.
say.
Picked up Panthers.
I really want to say thank you. I really want to say the Panthers.
Yes.
But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the Niners for some reason.
No.
Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me. Actually, do that to me. Fine. It's fine.
I think we're gonna have a good year.
Niners will go 7-9.
I'd
I
rather
think.
you say the Niners than Arizona.
Yeah, fuck Arizona ain't doing shit, dude. Fuck Kyler Murray.
Arizona's going 2-14 again.
Ooh, I think they'll be a little bit better than 2-14. At least they'll be fun to watch.
Okay, so who does the NFC West play this year?
I can tell you what.
play
They play
What
the
division?
The NFC South.
South. It's just no.
Oh,
It's the
South.
North. They play the North.
Oh, so well, not bad. I mean, so the Cowboys have the AFC East this
Yes.
year, which I think is a big walk.
The Jets might be good. The Bills might be good. The Miami's
Fuck
trash.
Bills. Dude. Bills on Thanksgiving, we're gonna fucking roast their ass.
They better.
Gosh.
Here, yeah, no. That fucking douchebag fucking keep talking shit? No, we're good. Fuck Colby. He's talking shit yesterday. He's gonna come back in town. We're gonna fucking stomp his ass, little midget.
Yeah, I'm shocked Cole Beasley didn't go to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, typical Patriot receiver.
Yeah.
Adam Humphries too.
Yeah.
Well, obviously Belichick didn't see the talent in him, or he would have got him.
Probably.
Who would be surprised if the Patriots traded their next 3 first-round picks for Andy Isabella?
Hey, you know, guys.
I mean, you gotta start thinking. You gotta start thinking about a quarterback, right?
Yeah. Have to.
Yeah, in like 7 years.
No.
He's 22 years old.
They could. Brady just turn 43?
He just turned 42. I
He just
think.
turned 42. Yeah.
Okay, he turned 42. But you look at the first round picks a quarter. You look at if you want to spend your first round pick a quarterback this year, by all means do it, because Herbert's coming out, Fromm's coming out, Tua's coming out. They got
There's no way they're gonna get that high though.
no.
They can have Will Greer.
They have that guy from Washington who's going to come out. Who is he? I completely forget. Who is
And
that?
then if you wait
You're
till
asking the wrong
2021, you have our Lord and Savior Trevor Lawrence.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm not that high on him, but
Okay.
people actually Jesus.
Top quarterback prospects: Justin Herbert, Jake Fromm, Tua, KJ Costello, Jacob Eason.
From Costello's from
Stanford.
Stanford.
Stanford. Okay.
Fromm is going top 5.
Fromm better go top 5.
He is
Depending on
probably
Am I
going to
the only one that calls him Jake from State Farm?
that's a great name. I've never heard of that.
You're forgetting one key quarterback that's come out, and his name is Sam, and he's
Is Ellinger that high on draft boards?
No.
I would.
He's like, I think he's predicted to be like a 4th.
I think he's top 10 on the fucking boards, right?
No,
at
he's
the
not.
quarterback position.
No, he's not.
You don't think?
Is not?
No, I
He's
saw.
got to be
I
top
saw,
10.
I saw a
QB?
projection. I
At
saw a
QB?
projection.
Guys,
to where he's like,
we all
he's going
know.
mid-round.
We all know who the number 1 quarterback is going to be in a few years. Colin Moat, our very own Colin Moat, is going to be the greatest quarterback to ever grace an NFL field.
Okay.
You guys clearly have never heard of the name
he's
Greg
going
Cook.
to Utah State. I get to watch him in person.
Am I crazy to think that the top 5 worst teams in the league this year, from 5 to 1, Arizona, Houston, Detroit, Tampa Bay, and Cincinnati? Am I crazy or no?
Yes, Houston.
Wait, whoa.
And Detroit over Miami?
That bad.
Houston is going to win 7-8 games.
How do you not have Miami in that bottom 5?
I think
Miami's not bad.
Miami, for some reason, pulls out 6 wins out of their ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
They always do. How do you have the Texans that low?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
doing.
doing.
I don't think Houston's offensive line is horrible. Jadeveon
Not when they
Clowney,
trade for Trent Williams.
Right?
if the Texans are to
They
trade,
trade for Ezekiel Elliott and Trent Williams and go like 14-2 and get obliterated in the
Hey, fucking hell. Zeke is coming.
no, I mean if Houston somehow pulls out 2 miracle trades out of their ass for Trent Williams or Melvin Gordon, I mean, by all means do it. Then
Who did they lose from last year?
they lost Tyrann Mathieu.
Kareem Jackson and
Which
Denver.
Tyron is losing Tyron is actually a W for sure. He's
Why?
ass. He's ass.
All right.
He got burnt every single game. Did you see?
I still
90
think that
times?
I don't think they're a bottom 5 team.
Lost that name.
All right.
No,
So what if I were?
they're
So
definitely
what
not a bottom five team.
if I were to put Miami at 4, being 5-11,
Yeah, I can see Miami at 5-11.
Arizona 5-11.
I want Miami to win.
I feel for South
I want
Florida.
Detroit to do well. I feel bad
Somebody
for
besides
them.
the Pats to win.
Tampa Bay 3-13.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
I'm
could
a little bit higher on them.
No, Splash, stop.
No.
You people hype up the Bucks every year.
Okay. Okay.
This is the year the Bucks turn it around. Jameis Winston's going to throw for 40 touchdowns. No, shut up.
Jameis
What a
Winston
shit
sucks.
What a shit quarterback.
Cincinnati 2-14.
All right, yeah.
I had the
That's
slight
North City.
suspicion that they beat us once, so they're a little bit better than that. But okay.
I
I'll put
was
Cincinnati
very
at, like, 4-12.
very tempted to put Tennessee in 3-13, but I remind myself. Nah.
Did you just say Tennessee at 3-13?
I was
What?
very tempted to put Tennessee in 3-13.
Wouldn't that be fucking fantastic?
That'd be fucking phenomenal.
Tennessee
I mean,
is
really?
garbage, but they're still gonna go 7-9.
That'd be fucking phenomenal for that.
Like 8.
Oh,
I mean,
Although they're gonna get swept by the Colts, so it doesn't really matter.
I remember. Do you guys remember Tyrion? Do you remember him?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember very
Tyrion?
clearly, him picking Seattle to have the first pick in the draft last year,
Oh my god.
and I saved that post. I screenshot it, and I turned it into a meme. I said, "You thought Seattle would be terrible, didn't you?" With the little with like a SpongeBob meme of like, "You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?"
Yeah.
Wait, was that
Oh,
a
yeah.
stadium?
That was him.
And then Brady, the Cubs fan, was really low on both Seattle and Baltimore. Remember that?
Brady was
I thought they
worse.
had me blocked.
Of all Titan, there's a reason why I don't like the Titan fan base, because those three fuckers, Brady, Tyrion, and of course Graham.
I mean, one of my best friends is a Titans fan, but besides that, disgusting franchise.
Yeah. I mean, bring back the
That's
Houston
not
Oilers. Bring back the Houston Oilers, please.
I don't remember who posted it, but someone was saying something like, "It's stupid that the Titans have like
Oh,
all
Alex.
the Oilers records when the
Baltimore.
Texans
Yeah.
should have them."
Yeah. Yeah. Am I crazy to think that Minnesota will underachieve?
No, they of course they're going to.
No.
They got Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Of course they're
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah.
They're gonna
But Kirk
9-7.
Cousins went,
I'm
He made the top
trending up
100?
on the Vikings, to be honest. Like,
The
I
Vikings
haven't
are
had them
not
in
that
any of my
good.
playoff predictions, but I think they could slip it and win the NFC North.
really?
Yeah,
If
three teams could win
if
NFC
the
North.
Vikings were to go 9-7 or worse, Mike Zimmer should be fired. Am I crazy?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What? They have,
No.
I think they
Why?
have obvious flaws on that team, and I don't think
Dude.
flaws at quarterback or at head coach.
Okay.
It's the offensive line. It's year one. Last year was year one of offensive coordinator Wyszynski. I'd give it at least 2 more years.
They're not doing anything with Cousins.
No,
No,
absolutely
they
not.
won't.
That was a
Well,
horrible,
they-
horrible deal.
Most overrated player in the NFL.
Absolutely.
The Vikings right now are kind of like the Colts a couple years ago. Like, you got a couple good players, and then you go out and try to add better players to make yourself a
Yeah.
Super Bowl contender.
Yeah,
But you just make yourself worse in the process.
it
Are
does.
you comparing
yourself
Zimmer to
worse.
Pagano?
I would argue that they are the same. Garbage.
What?
Mike Zimmer is not a good coach. I don't
Oh,
know.
Mike Zimmer's a terrific. Mike Zimmer's a good coach in the
He's a
right
hell of a
situation.
coordinator.
Mike Zimmer,
Yeah,
like, if we're
We're
talking
talking
Mike
about
Zimmer
Jason
2 years ago, he's the best coach in the league.
No, Jason Garrett's not a good coach.
Yeah, Jason Garrett's a garbage coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is Clapper.
100%.
Clap on.
Jason, you were the first person to say that Jason. You're the first Cowboys fan I've ever heard say that Jason Garrett's a bad coach.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
you're the first one to say
Well,
that.
there's a couple on the
He's
year.
been shit since he was quarterback fucking coach. I don't like the guy. I never have.
Yeah, I can't recall Jason ever liking Garrett.
I hate him. I fucking hate him. He's a fucking loser.
You can have Rivera once we fire him.
I would take him over fucking Garrett, but that's not how Jerry does shit, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
We bring our coaches from inside. I want Chris Richards.
Hey, Kellen Moore.
But Kellen Moore is going to be the
Moore.
next head coach. Probably in a couple of years. I bet Garrett gets extended. Depends on if we make the playoffs. He gets extended a year.
Probably.
And then, they're going to bump
You guys
Kellen
winning
Moore
the division, so
I mean, obviously, we're in this division, dude.
Philly's winning.
All right.
No, they're
come
not.
on.
10 and 6.
With who? They don't have a good
Yeah,
record.
once Wentz gets hurt, what are they going to do? Their savior's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Dick Nick is gone.
Nate's in it, or Nate Suffield, or whatever. Who's the fucking backup there?
But
Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? They got nobody. They don't have they don't have Foles. They're fucking shot. And you know, Wentz isn't going to finish the season. He hasn't yet. He hasn't since his first
He'll
year.
get 9 games in and hurt his leg again.
Exactly. I was saying. I mean, he's trending to finish 8 games this fucking season. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I got a prediction. DK Metcalf will break the rookie receiving touchdown record.
No.
No?
how many is it?
17, Randy Moss,
Oh,
1998.
Yeah, 98. No.
Really?
Tyler Lockett's going to be getting all those looks. What do you mean?
But Lockett's not necessarily like a. I don't
Lockett's a
think he's
deep
like
Lockett's a deep threat and a speed demon. I was okay with him like getting paid $10 million a year, but it's like, okay, you're using him more as receiver than you are as a kick returner. Because
Okay, so what do you think? When they get down to red zone, they're looking at Metcalf? No.
Who said DK is getting 17 touchdowns? I was doing something at work.
Dan.
I did.
That is the dumbest shit I've heard.
I once picked Eli Manning to win league MVP, so that's dumber than that.
Listen.
I think Metcalf might get 10 if the
The
Seattle
most
offense
Metcalf
cooking
could
like
get
it
is 10. Let's be honest here.
I don't even think he gets 10.
Hey, Dan, get your phone out real quick and open your notes and write this down.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
32 catches, 410 yards, 6 touchdowns all season.
Wow.
For who?
32, 410, 6
DK.
for Metcalf.
All right, that's bold. I might be drifting, but it's whatever.
And that's predicting he misses about 3 or 4 games. He's a fucking fat ass.
Matt Wilson's got to pull something out of his ass.
Oh, y'all, hold on. Real quick.
All right, take your
Is
time,
that a
man.
landline? Or do you
He works in a hotel.
You're in a hotel.
He works in a
Hey,
hotel.
you got any hookers?
I mean, am I drifting when I say Wilson could throw for 38 touchdowns this year?
Nah, I
No.
think Wilson has an MVP type year.
MVP favorite?
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't want to put him as favorite.
What, the second or third?
Obviously.
Would you put second or third?
Yeah, he's certainly top 3, top 5.
Yeah, he's top 3.
Like Luck is up there because the Colts.
Why is Luck up there?
They have a really nice roster around.
Because everyone slurps luck. What do you mean?
No shit, dude.
He's not that good.
He's not that good, dude. Look what he did in the playoffs against the Chiefs.
Okay, that was bad, but the
Shit.
playoffs aren't.
Yeah, but that's what it counts.
It's not-
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not-
that's-
That's what a
It doesn't matter.
quarterback steps up or fucking fails. I don't
Exactly.
give a fuck what you do in the regular season. If you get there and you fucking choke, dude, you choke. Tony Romo, choke.
Dak Prescott? No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I think
I'm fucking with you, chill.
Rodgers just kind of-
I'm fucking with you.
He had some bad games early in the last year, but we didn't have a fucking star receiver. We had Cole Beasley as our fucking wide receiver 1. I mean,
Now you got him.
we had to do shit with him.
Yeah.
I heard Amari got injured. He got off the field yesterday. I about had a heart attack. Then I got drunk and then.
Ugh. But
No, hold on real quick.
am I okay? So, how about this? If Tyler Lockett is forced to be the one receiver, if Metcalf, Jennings, Moore, Brown, if all of them stink up the joint, does Seattle trade for a receiver? That would be the only time I would call the Patriots and give them a 6 for Josh Gordon
Nah.
Wait, isn't he
Josh Gordon's
suspended
not
for the
even
rest of his
played next
life?
year.
if he gets reinstated. If he gets reinstated.
Washington doesn't sound like
He
a good
won't be.
idea.
He's not coming back.
If he
Yeah,
gets reinstated.
He's done.
Like,
I know he filed for reinstatement, but he's done.
Yeah.
or I would call Washington and ask for Paul Richardson. It's not a bad contract.
That would be a
That's not a bad contract.
smart. If you have to at that point, that's a pretty smart trade.
If I have to, then yeah, I would go for Richardson.
But I don't know.
Was
I don't
Richardson
know.
on the Seahawks? Like 2 years
Richardson's
ago?
in Washington. He was drafted by Seattle in the second round of
Okay.
2014.
Okay.
He's been hurt. He had a really good year his last year in Seattle, but he's been up and down his entire career. He had a miserable year last year, but
Yeah, but he also didn't have a quarterback.
no.
Yeah. Okay, since we're in Washington, what do you guys think about Haskins?
Jason's like, bust as fuck. Bust AF.
I really wanted him to go to the Giants because I think he's a big time.
He wasn't going to go to the Giants regardless because, I'm sorry, the Maras are racist fucks.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Look, listen, I live in New York.
Really feel.
I live in New York. I hate Giant fans with a passion because they're ignorant fuckheads.
Hey, my good pal Ramirez is a Giants fan. I won't tolerate this.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
And
Yeah, but he's our favorite retard. So
I love Ramirez. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
Speaking of which, am I tripping to think that Dan kind of looks like Ramirez a little bit?
A little white
poor
Ramirez.
guy.
Yeah, like the white Ramirez,
The white Ramirez.
especially with the beard.
Hey, if I shave, I look like I'm 12 years old. So
I feel you. It's the same way for me.
I had I was going through my camera roll the other day and I found things from like 2016 Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely, dude. Oh, that shit was Joe on there.
that was a great premiere.
I feel
Yeah.
like your secondaries hella well.
Do y'all remember
Brandon
where?
Marshall.
Do y'all remember where when the U had DMs and I photoshopped DMs of me and Cass? Or were y'all not on?
Nah, I might have.
No.
I don't think I
Vaguely
asked that
remember.
Oh man, that was terrible. That was the worst.
bring back the M's.
No, I
Nah,
already did.
dude.
I told Spano.
Yeah,
hey, they were on the U for a little while, and they took them away again.
that's right.
Because Rachel will be sending everybody nudes if they bring him back.
Yeah. Fucking Jason.
Boy.
My man.
Dude, he's inching closer and closer, man. Your husband friend me on Facebook. I think he's like getting a little worried.
Nah.
Well, they're in an open relationship, as she says, so I don't see why.
Oh, maybe they want me to join in. Well, MMF action. I would pass, by the way, just to get
No,
that
you
on.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
You
On
would
the
not.
MMF, yeah. Now the FFM,
okay.
I'm down, but nah,
Okay, yeah.
there's no.
I don't know. I feel
I don't
like
wanna
you got drunk
know
enough
what's in there.
tonight.
I mean, you never know, dude.
Yikes.
I feel sorry
So
for
anyway,
him myself. I mean, I'm dating a Patriots fan, so what the hell am I saying?
Ah.
I have to get reminded of that fucking moment. Every day.
Yeah, y'all really fucked up. Speaking of, I don't think I've gotten this off my chest yet. Fuck Seattle, man, for that shit.
Thank you.
Dude, I can't believe y'all.
Thank
Fuck
you.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Well,
They fucked themselves over. They had they had one timeout, two timeouts?
Yeah, God, dude.
They had two timeouts. It was second and goal. You're on the 1 yard line.
And you throw the ball.
It's not even the fact that it was you had. It's not even the fact that you had 30 something seconds left. You're on the 1 yard line.
They would have been better off just running a sneak with Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
but of
Or
course,
at least not doing like a timing route like that slant.
listen. I don't mind Pete Carroll as my coach. I would have fired him last year. I would have fired him after the Super Bowl, and I would have fired the entire coaching staff.
It's a good thing they didn't, though. Because Carroll's a top 3 coach.
Because
That's true.
Pete Carroll is the best coach in the history of Seattle. I will not deny that, but 1 yard away. 1 yard.
Just be glad the Patriots cheated against the Ravens because we would have waxed you guys, to be honest.
Probably.
I'm just glad that, during Super Bowl 50, Carolina wasn't like that close. It wasn't like.
I picked Denver
didn't-
from the get-go. I'm sorry, Glenn. I picked Denver from the second
okay.
that matchup happened.
A lot of people did, and I was like, all right.
I will.
But-
Okay, so I will tell you a good story about my high school. When I was in high school, everyone wanted Carolina to win because of Cam Newton. Because
Yes.
not only did they like Cam Newton, but we had this one particular person who is as hoodlum as you will get. But the funny thing is, he's a white guy. So he said, and I quote, "There's something about a black quarterback that I just really like." And I'm like, what the fuck?
That sounds horrible.
That sounds like you like something else, am I right? I knew you liked that, Jason.
Nah, that year, everybody in America, aside from the racist white moms in Tennessee, loved Cam that year.
That's true.
I love
And
Cam.
now everyone's gone back to hating him.
Well,
I think Cam's a great guy.
Cam, I'm sure Cam
I
is
think he's a horrible passer. but
he's a horrible quarterback, but I'm sure he's a great guy.
Cam has a bad rap for being inaccurate. He was better this season.
He's the Russell Westbrook of the NFL. Am I wrong?
No,
You are right.
He's not a stat padding selfish guy.
I'm saying he's not a stat pattern. I'm
Amazing
saying
quarterback.
he's horrible in terms of style. I'm sorry, but
Dave,
He's horrible. What now?
Dave, name 8 quarterbacks better than Cam Newton.
Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, Tom
Dak
Brady.
Prescott's not better than Cam
I
Newton.
love
Stop.
you, dude.
He's not.
Not
He is too, dude.
No, he's
Even
not.
last year.
Dak is not
Okay.
better than Cam Newton. Stop.
They were separated by 2 touchdowns. All right, but guess what? Cam had 13 picks. Dak had 8.
Yeah, after T.J. Watt destroyed his shoulder.
I was
Look at the supporters.
the injuries.
No.
It's part of the game.
No.
okay.
No.
What I got you
How about
six.
how about I pile drive myself into Dak Prescott's shoulder and see if he throws the same after that?
Dude, he got fucking sacked 7 times in a game, and he stayed. And he still finished the season.
Probably Hollywood.
I mean, he got his ass rocked in fucking, what was it, Atlanta?
Yeah.
The same year that Falcons
Okay.
in 23, right?
And
Okay. So what I got
He
you
picked
six.
7 sacks and continues to play.
What I got you six.
a lot of guys.
Oh, who?
Do you want 19 and a dollar in quarters?
Okay.
What, are you making change here? Let me talk to the customer. Alright, let me talk to him real quick.
Ask her if she's single.
Hey, there's a girl. Ask her if she got a MySpace.
Okay, so I said like 6 or 7 quarterbacks.
4,
Quarterbacks better than Cam,
6, 7, 8,
Russ, Mahomes, Brady,
Mahomes, Luck.
Breeze, Matty Ice, Big Ben, and Philip Rivers.
Okay, so 8 quarterbacks better than Cam Newton. Andrew Luck, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
Oh, I can't hear you over Tyler James.
All right, fine. All right, so
Tyler, put your phone on silent.
Is he selling mattresses right now?
Thank you, Tyler. All right. Go
all
on,
right, so 8 quarterbacks better than Cam Newton.
All right.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck,
Okay.
Mahomes,
Okay.
Phillip Rivers,
Okay.
Roethlisberger,
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine. He's still top 10 though.
Rodgers.
Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers.
Dak Prescott's not better than Cam Newton.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he
No,
is.
he's not.
Yes,
No.
he is.
No,
Yes, he
I'll
is.
die on this hill. I don't care.
Well, R.I.P. motherfucker, he is. I mean, if he's not better, he's damn near with him. He's up there, dude.
I can put Dak and Cam on the same tier. That's fine, but Dak's not better than him.
Okay, so they're equals.
I mean, that's
Y'all
fine,
said
but
Dak
Dak's not better.
Cam on
They're
the same.
they're tied for 10th, right?
That's fine. I'll take that. I'm just glad that you didn't put
missed
Carson
the
Wentz
whole
bitch ass over him.
Carson Wentz is not. Well, I guess there's many people that say Carson Wentz is that good. I don't think he's that good.
I just missed that whole conversation.
I think Wentz is going to be better this year. It's hard to perform your first.
No, he won't.
No, he's not.
Oh, we're talking about
I think he's
quarterbacks better
getting
than
better
Cam
every
Newton.
year. He's actually gotten worse. He can't stay in the fucking game.
Your best ability is
Okay.
availability.
Okay,
I mean,
if Carson Wentz were to repeat his MVP season that he had in 2017?
He still didn't even finish that season, though.
If he finished that season, he's winning the MVP regardless of what people say.
You can't use if this, if that, you know?
No, but like,
argument.
but
This is
like,
real life. You can't say, oh well, if Wentz did this, if Wentz did that. You can't. It didn't happen.
Patrick Mahomes could regress.
Sure.
He will progress.
He will regress, not progress.
He was going to look
said regress,
better, but he's going to have worse.
Regress, like down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, no quarterback ever repeated a 45.
I was gonna say 5,000 plus yards, 50 touchdowns, MVP in his first full season starting. Of course, he's gonna regress.
yeah, he's gonna
But
regress.
that doesn't mean he's gonna be
down.
bad either. You know, like, he'll
That
still
doesn't mean the
a
Chiefs won't be.
top-tier
That
quarterback.
doesn't mean the Chiefs won't be like terrible. The Chiefs.
Yeah, Raymond Williams looks fine.
They'll still win that division.
They're gonna win that division, yeah, because like, I mean, the Chargers gonna be the fucking Chargers. Fuck you, Spanos, but.
You're picking a tree.
Thank you to
I
our
want
Lord.
the Chiefs to miss the playoffs.
Thank you to our Lord and Savior, your name, Trey.
Facts.
Yeah.
Why do you want the Chiefs to miss the playoffs, though?
You don't? I'm fucking done with
I
the
have no
Mahomes
dog in that fight. My team's in the NFC.
I do not like Mahomes.
Why?
Because everybody boosts his ass up. I fucking hate this shit. They boost him like they boosted Wentz.
You would love Mahomes on the Cowboys, and you would know it.
No, I wouldn't. No. Well, first of all, he's not a Cowboys type of fucking quarterback. I didn't like him when he was at Tech, because fuck Tech. I don't like him now. Not a fan. We'll see. He had some good weapons last year.
He had some really. I'm sure.
He's gonna make it.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, but is he gonna stay out of trouble? First of all, he should have been suspended for at least 6 games, maybe 8, in my mind.
Tyreek Hill should have been suspended for the whole fucking season. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean,
Who, Hill?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's bullshit. There was evidence. There was a fucking voicemail or whatever, or a fucking voice
There was video evidence and there was physical evidence of Tyreek Hill beating his kid and beating his sugar mama. I'm sorry if I'm calling her that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wait, his sugar mama? Is that how it works?
Well, his baby mama. Excuse me. His baby
Yeah,
mama.
his whatever. He was paying her to fuck, basically.
Yeah,
right?
back fellas.
Basically, yeah.
He was a sugar daddy,
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I got that
So
wrong.
that'd be a sugar baby?
Yes.
Have you ever had a sugar babies? They're so fucking good. Those little fucking Chinese donuts. Oh my god. Oh, shit. Sugar baby. They're so funny. I don't know if they have that where y'all from, but around here, sugar babies.
All right, fellas. I'm about to be out of here.
All right, man.
Who's leaving?
Me, Glenn. Hello.
All right.
Where are you going, Glenn?
Going to eat. I'm hungry.
All right, man.
Oh, yeah?
All right,
Can
man.
eat and fucking talk?
Well, no. I can't multitask like you, Jason. I'm not as talented.
I've been jerking off the whole time, too.
What the fuck, really?
All right, fellas. Before I go, just know this: Carolina's winning the Super Bowl next year against the Patriots.
At least he's confident.
Super Bowl MVP.
Gotta get the playoffs first.
It's going to be Panthers Cowboys NFC Championship game.
Gonna get swept by the fucking Saints again.
Nah.
Oof, nasty.
Split with them. So, all right, fellas. Later.
At least he's confident. That's all I can say.
Exactly.
I think he's drunk.
Nah, he's not you, Jason. Come on.
Oh. Hey, I only party on the weekends and the weekdays.
Hey.
That works.
At least you're honest.
Hey, I'm finally awake now. What's up?
What's up?
Who's still on here?
We got Ryan, me, Tyler, you.
Oh.
Me.
Seahawks, Colts, and fucking Ravens.
Alright.
Who to fuck with today?
Look, the Cowboys have more Super Bowl than all your teams combined. Isn't that cute? Hey, I got
Wait.
the most rings.
Wait, no, it's tied. It's tied.
Wait.
It's not.
Oh, is it tied up? Oh, fucking A.
It's
Yeah,
tied
Colts
with
have
the
two.
with the
Wait.
Niners it's tied with the Niners. Patriots and Steelers are tied at 6.
Well, let's be honest, the Ravens shouldn't have won that last Super Bowl, but we're not going to open up that can.
No, we're not going to open that can of worms. We are not.
I think someone wants to catch the hands.
Oh, You said it so like politely too.
Very polite.
Not intimidating at all.
No.
All right, so when is Andy Dalton gonna be done?
This season.
This year.
That's it. This is last year, right?
He better
He's
be.
done. That's it.
I think he's a free agent after this year, yeah.
And I think Ryan Finley might just be the answer in Cincinnati.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think they should have drafted a quarterback with their second-round pick.
They were ahead of Denver, right? So they could have gotten Locke.
They could have gone Drew Lock then. I picked them to
Yeah.
get Drew Lock.
That wasn't a great.
That would have been fucking awesome.
You think?
Probably.
He didn't play that well. I mean, I didn't see anything impressive Thursday.
I mean, that's first preseason game. But,
Oh,
yeah,
come on. All these
he
fucking
looked off.
excuses. He's been playing football since he's been 7.
This is true. He looked off.
He just, yeah, I mean, okay, maybe there's some butterflies and shit, but, I mean, come on. It wasn't even that big of a crowd.
That's true.
But if Cincinnati were to get the first overall pick this year, do they get either A, Jake Fromm, or Justin Herbert?
Tua.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I think so.
I don't think they get Tua.
Why?
I think
They
Fromm
go
and
a
I
different
think
direction.
Herbert's a better. I think Herbert's a better quarterback.
Herbert had okay. I think Herbert has a bounce back year, but I don't know if he's number 1 pick material.
He was projected to go the first overall pick last year.
Yes, and then he performed worse.
No, and then he went back to college.
Yes, it had a subpar season on his standard.
I think they they try to change the fucking franchise, go in a different direction they've been stuck in. I think Tua's would be a better pick for them.
Is Zach Taylor the right fit at head coach?
I see that now.
No,
I mean, Zach Taylor's an offensive mind. I mean, I could be speaking out my ass here, but I did want Jim Schwartz as my head coach over Pete Carroll, so what am I saying?
I hate Pete Carroll.
Thank you.
Pete Carroll is.
Let me fuck.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry
I had
about
to
it.
get it off my chest.
No, don't worry about it.
I just don't like him. I mean, because I don't like him back in college. I just don't like him, you know?
He's so
Yeah.
fucking stubborn.
And he chews
Yeah,
that
who
stump
should be?
all the time.
Look, be like Bill Belichick, but don't be Bill Belichick. If you catch my
Wasn't
drift.
he like a disciple of Belichick back in New York?
Yeah,
He was a dick in New York, I'm sorry.
you gotta give credit where it's due though for Pete Carroll. If he didn't start Russell week 1, 2012, and he started Matt Flynn like you're supposed to. Imagine how that would have gone.
Ah, good old Matt Flynn.
$15 million a year.
Man, that was a hilarious contract, but
$15 million a year for 4 years.
to never play a down of regular season
No.
football.
And then he got shipped over to the Raiders. Look how that turned out.
Ooh, he had that one good game against Detroit when Rodgers was out.
Yeah, it's 6 touchdowns, and then boom, you're worth $15 million a year. Jesus. Never understood that. I never understood that to this day.
That's what happens in the league, dude. Like Jimmy G. Jimmy G's okay, but I mean,
I think he's a good quarterback.
140.
He's
Yeah,
okay. He's
I think
okay
he's
to
a
good.
quarterback. And I thought he was going to stay in New England and be the next Brady, to be honest.
Although I think
Brady won't die.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Really?
Jimmy G is not worth $140 million.
Well, no.
no.
Russell
But
Wilson
that's-
is,
he could get
because he got paid that much.
There's a lot of people that say Dak isn't worth that.
He's not. Dak is
Oh,
worth
shut the fuck
$20
up.
million.
Yeah, he is.
What the hell?
So the Patriots just
Y'all are so
extended Brady again.
Hold on.
Oh, great. 5-year deal.
Eh.
Nah. That is. I wanted Wilson to take the Brady route and get $26 million a year. So okay, you can spend money elsewhere, still have enough money to pay Wagner, and then you're fine. But, you know, I could see why he got $35 million a year.
He's worth it.
Good for him, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely worth it.
I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Well, I mean, well, if you do say that, I guess
You're not crazy to
Russell
think
Wilson's
that.
first 3 years, Dak Prescott has been better his first 3 years than Russell Wilson was his first 3 years. So yeah, I agree. I think Dak is on that projection to be the best as well in 2 years
And
after
actually,
he wins back-to-back Super Bowls.
weapons with him now.
Who, Dak or Russ?
Oh, Dak does. Russ.
Yeah, what's up with Seattle? Never really had a fucking like superstar fucking wide receiver, right?
I mean, they kind of did with Baldwin, but I digress.
Go.
They
If
kind of
they had some
did.
Good fucking wide receivers, it'd be fucking scary.
I mean,
It should be scary.
They
Oh,
have met.
first
They
time
have.
was there for, like,
They
this
drafted a huge need, which was wide receiver, and you know Lockett had 10 touchdowns last year. I don't know how the fuck he had that, but
year. He had a perfect pass rating when he was targeted.
perfect passer rating when targeting Tyler Lockett.
That is one of the most.
It's good. He's
insane
good for a midget.
scenes.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think Kyler Murray's gonna be better?
No.
I think Kyler Murray should have stuck to baseball, but I also hate him because he's from my rival town, and which I'm
Oh,
in
you
right
and
now.
Mike would not get along. You and Mike would not get along.
Why is he a fan?
He's
Is he
a.
Stan?
He is from Oklahoma. He is a diehard Sooner fan.
Oh yeah, well there's plenty of those fucking assholes around here. But Kyler went to the high school that was my high school rivalry, right? And he also went to the college, which is my college rivalry.
Yeah.
So that's a fucking that's right there. That's 2 strikes, motherfucker.
Yeah. 2 strikes. What's the
I
third
think
strike?
He's going to be impressive to watch, though.
He's gonna be fun to
Not
watch.
this
He's
year.
gonna be fun to watch.
You think this year? Who does he have? He's got what weapons does he have?
I will
David
tell you right
Johnson,
now. Give me a
Gerald
second.
On a wheelchair?
I will tell you right now.
They drafted 3 receivers.
Give me a second. I have it written down.
And I love me some Keyshawn Johnson.
They have, well, David Johnson, Chase Edmonds are their running backs.
I think David Johnson is done.
They have Fitzgerald, Hakeem Butler, Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella as wide receivers.
How old is Fitzgerald now? He's got to be like older than
36.
Right? Like,
He's 30. He's 37.
I think he's
Is he really?
36.
age different in Arizona, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah, no wonder everyone goes to retire there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turned
Emmett Smith.
36 on 31st.
Emmett Smith in a nutshell.
There you go.
Yep.
I was still pissed about that. And even, we weren't even in the same division then. I remember back whenever Arizona was in our division, and they were just shit. But you know, you don't go to a division. I wouldn't say rival, but you know, and do all that shit.
Alright. What else do I got here?
But they got Suggs, who turns 37 during the season.
Yeah. But
That's all.
should Wilson throw for 38 touchdown passes and like 7 interceptions?
What did he do last year? 34?
34.
34 and 6. What? 34 and
34 and 8 or 7?
8, something like that. Yeah.
37?
38 and 7.
I mean, I've gotten better, right?
He's been- He's been really well. The offensive line improved immensely.
that's what y'all needed.
Well, it was coaching. The second Tom Cable got fired, I laughed and cried my ass off. I was like, it has been done. It has finally been done. Tom Cable has been fired.
Although I think you guys are going to still run the ball a lot. And
Well, 'cause-
compete,
Yeah, of course they're going to run the ball a lot because you can't rely on the pass all the time unless, you know, you got Mahomes. But still, it's like, okay, Carson's a 1,000-yard rusher. Penny's got talent.
By the way.
Penny's got talent. Travis Homer's a good pick at the 6th round. They got depth at running back, and the offensive line has been really good. And the offensive line has been, you know, the Cowboys' offensive line, but still, I mean, it's a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a shit line last year.
2 years ago, yeah.
It was
And
2
then-
years ago last year. Last year, I weren't that great.
Last year they were really good. 2018 they were really good. And then, 2017, that was when Cable got fired.
I like Seattle's chance to win the division, even though I really hate them.
I love their chances to win the division.
But I tell you what, I love going to Seattle to watch games. 'Cause I used to go every other year.
How is it over there? I haven't been there. I haven't been to Seattle yet.
It's a beautiful stadium. It's really cool people. Except for I got a beard dumped on me because I was wearing a fucking Cowboys jersey.
Was it the 2014 season?
That same game, we whooped that ass. Is all I'm saying.
It was the 2014
And I walked
season.
off, my fucking chest popped out.
That was when Tony Romo had his MVP year, right?
Yep.
Yep, I remember that very well. That was a great game. That was a great fucking game. But I have their offensive. I have Seattle's roster right here on my notes. I mean, Carson, Travis Homer, Rashad Penny are their backs. Bo Scarborough, who you remember, Jason, is their fullback. They got Metcalf, they got Moore, Lockett, Jerron Brown, Gary Jennings at receiver, Will Disley and Jacob Hollister at tight end, and their line's only going to get better. Right?
Where they got them ranked at for
What?
this year going to it? Offensive line.
Offensive line? I have no idea. I think it was like 15. But their defense is going to get better. I mean, their defense got gashed in the running game.
What is that background noise?
That's Tyler. There we go. It's Tyler.
Okay.
I mean, the Seattle's defense got gashed in the running game. They were 30th against the run. Yeah, that was bad.
I guess that happened to Todd Gurley twice.
I mean,
Dude, he's done, by the way.
yeah, Gurley's finished.
Done.
You have
Although, I really like the Darrell Henderson draft.
You have knee arthritis. You're fucked. I'm sorry, but you are. Look,
Hey, glad he got paid. Even though he getting paid, fuck me, fuck the Cowboys. You know?
I mean, Jason, am I crazy to think that the Rams will finish 11-5 this year?
No?
No,
Am I crazy to think Seattle will go 13-3?
That's all I got him.
that's a little.
That's about right.
I think that's a little.
I mean, the Rams downgraded on
Do we really think Goff is
defense.
that good of a quarterback?
What?
Do we really think Goff is that good of a quarterback?
No, I don't think he is. I don't
I
think he
think that
is.
system is perfect for Goff, and he has 3 very good receivers.
Yeah, and a good coaching staff.
Yeah, excellent coaching staff. Although their defense, I think, is lacking, which might be exposed this year.
Well, their defense wasn't lacking last year in the fucking playoffs because they fucking held Zeke to what, 45 yards?
Yeah. Well, losing to Dominican Sue was the worst thing that could have happened to the Rams.
I can
Because
hear you, was
because Ndamukong Suh alone helped Aaron Donald get 20 sacks.
I can hear you. All I
Sorry,
hear is
can you mute yourself?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Hey,
Hate to do it to you.
get them digits.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Ndamukong Suh helped Donald get 20 sacks last year because you're focusing on 2 guys on the D-line, and Donald alone got 20, and Donald with Suh's help got 20 sacks. So losing him doesn't help at all. And then you replace him with Clay Matthews? Clay Matthews ain't that good anymore.
That's true. And Eric Weddle isn't that good either.
Eric,
They're
you would know.
boosting him like crazy.
I mean,
I used to boost him like crazy.
He's getting boosted like crazy.
Like, he has an unbelievable football mind. I would have him in, like, that upper tier, like, Ed Reed, Peyton Manning, like, level of football knowledge. But athletically speaking, he's not as good as he was when he was with the Chargers or his first year in Baltimore.
I mean, also, the Rams lost Roger Saffold and John Sullivan in free agency.
That's true.
So, you lose those 2 guys on the line. That's your anchor on the line. And Whitworth is
Although
what?
they have Whitworth still.
Whitworth's a fossil.
That,
35.
He's 38.
So,
He's 38.
38?
He's 38.
35.
He's 38.
35.
He signed with the Rams at 35.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think Clay Matthews is going to be a fucking difference maker?
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's
That's
not.
what people are saying.
Clay Matthews hasn't been the same since 2012.
Yeah. Since he started making weird ass commercials about fucking shampoo and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I got the Rams defense right here. So, Michael Brockers, Tanzel Smart, Aaron Donald is your D-line. Okay.
that's a plus D line.
It's... If
I
they
mean,
had
it's the second ranked D line going into it. They're right behind fucking Chicago, right?
if they had Ndamukong Suh, I mean, that's a better D-line.
Yeah, of course.
Dante Fowler, Corey Littleton, Samson Ebukam, Clay Matthews is their linebackers.
I don't like Matthews there, but I do like.
I hate Matthews
Littleton.
there.
He had a good playoff run.
Fowler was awesome. That's an awesome
I
trade.
think Dante's fucking. Yeah.
That's a good trade. Marcus Peters, Eric Weddle, John Johnson, Nikel Roby-Coleman, go fuck yourself, and Aqib Talib.
Talib. Yeah.
I like Johnson there.
Johnson's good. I mean, they drafted Taylor Rapp at free safety, so...
I genuinely think that it might be better off having Weddle serve as a
Back up.
and let Rapp play. And
Yeah, because
let
Rapp is faster.
Just let Weddle coach along Rapp and Johnson, or play just critical third downs. You know.
I mean, the Rams backs are Todd Gurley, who's fucking screwed, Darrell Henderson, and Malcolm Brown. Losing C.J. Anderson's big.
Where did he go? He went to
Detroit. Detroit.
Oh, he went to Detroit? I thought he went to Denver.
No, he went to Detroit.
He was in Denver originally.
Oh yeah, that's before. Yeah, but I thought he went back.
No,
back
you're confusing Theo Riddick, who went to Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
I
have...
do like the Darrell Henderson there.
That's really good.
I
And
know, inflated stats because conference or the AAC, and he averaged 9 yards a carry for the last 2 years.
Memphis, yeah.
It was incredibly productive.
Yeah. And
And he's can be a very, very effective back for them.
they have Cooks, they have Cup, they have Woods, and they have Reynolds at receiver.
I think they have no running game.
They don't.
So it's going to be easy to match up.
You're
It's
relying
easy to call
so
defense
much
against
on
them.
you're relying
They're gonna
so
have-
much on Jared Goff that eventually it's going to come back to bite you.
Although I think a lot of what they do is scheme based.
It is.
It's like they run in advantageous situations, and they run with is it 1-3, 3 receivers, 1 running back,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
So Gurley faces 8 men in the box at a really low rate, considering how good he was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you're the Cowboys, it's 8 guys in the box every play. Or if you're the Giants, 8 guys in the box every play. And then, Gurley doesn't have to do that.
No. It is. Because what McVay's been doing is fucking genius.
Yeah. And it just didn't work against Belichick.
No. Well, also,
Dude,
because,
they fucking stunk it up, dude. I mean, come on.
that was such a
They
bad game.
didn't deserve to be there in the first place.
That was such a bad game. Saints-Patriots would have been fucking terrific.
That would have been great, but, I mean, well,
Yeah.
if the Cowboys' defense showed up,
Yeah. There
let's
you
be
go.
real. We already took care of the Saints last year.
Although-
We've done it again.
So if
Cowboys, Patriots, and we wouldn't have fucking put up a stinky ass game like the fucking Rams did. I'll tell
No,
you that.
you would have done better You would have done better against the Patriots.
Yeah, I can't wait till November 24th to get to see the fucking Pats and see what's happening, dude.
Yeah.
I do think that Chicago, they really controlled the Rams the first time. I want to say the kick was blocked. I've seen plenty of angles that have one that the Eagles got a finger to the ball and it going. But maybe Chicago. I don't know.
Have they gotten a kicker yet?
Yeah, they
Yes.
did. They got a kicker.
I thought they were they had a kicking competition in at camp last week or something, and they were going tied for 60-yard kicks. They were whoever was kicking the longest field goal got it. Last time I saw, they were like both kickers were tied at 60 yards apiece.
I feel like that's a terrible idea. Eddie Pinheiro?
Is that the kicker?
Yes. Okay, they have two. They have Elliot Fry and Eddie Pinheiro, and then Pat O'Donnell as their punter.
Fry, I think, has been doing really good.
I feel so. They deserve that one too.
They did.
deserved it.
They did.
That's a heartbreaker, man.
Trubisky balled right at the very end.
But hey, I know about heartbreakers like that against Seattle. For instance, Tony Romo, and the day I started to hate him. That's that same type of heartbreaker. That's a killer.
And don't forget.
Decade.
By the way, Jason, that was a catch. By the way,
what
in Green Bay, that was a catch.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That was a catch.
That's not even debatable, dude.
That was a catch.
Tony Romo game was one of the first playoff games I watched.
Yeah, against Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, that killed
That's
me. Man.
I also remember. I remember very well. We want the ball and we're going to score.
Oh, and then
Al Harris happened.
yeah, Al Harris.
Don't get me fucking started on Pittsburgh. I hate you, pansies. I hate Pittsburgh more than I do Tennessee.
How do you hate Tennessee? I have no feelings towards Tennessee.
Because of a certain Graham.
Because there's a certain individual.
Even that, I have no feelings towards Tennessee. I mean, I don't. They're just not on my fucking radar. They're not factored.
Well, they were a division rival for the Ravens for a while.
Yeah.
Like the olden days.
Yeah, with the AFC Central.
Yeah, we played them in the 2000 playoffs, beat them in Nashville. 2008 playoffs, beat them in Nashville. And we play on a fairly regular basis because we're generally both like middle, like 2 or 3 in our division.
Yeah, I just don't fucking give a rat's ass about them. I don't care about Nashville.
I'm sure it's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city.
Oh, yeah, fuck, I guess. I don't know. I heard they do a lot of meth and fucking, eat ginseng from the root or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Moonshine. I mean, the teams that I have strong feelings for.
Did you just say Nashville is a beautiful city?
The Steelers.
Who said that?
I'm sure it's a nice city, I said.
No, it's not. I live here. It is garbage.
Oh, really?
Where do you live?
You live in Nashville?
Terrible. Nashville is literally...
They got good country music.
Country music is garbage.
Facts.
We'll debate that another time.
I'm so confused.
What do you guys think of the Jets?
Jets?
How do you think the Jets will do this year?
Like 8-8, maybe?
They'll do better.
They'll do a lot
Yeah,
better.
better than, what, 4-12?
4-12 they went last year, yeah.
I don't think what's his name?
Darnold?
Darnold, yes. Sam
No,
Darnold.
Back,
Bell.
I don't think. I think that year off's gonna hurt him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
They don't have. I don't think they have a good enough offensive line for Bell to do Bell
He's
things.
not going to do good.
Darnold's been doing good. Okay. Oh my god, is that an orgasm? Someone's having an orgasm.
These people are so
Let's get on that real quick. Let's see what's going on. There's some dirty talk.
These people have been asking me to take their picture for like 10 minutes. And I've been trying. And every time I go to, they're like,
What, are you a photographer? Why are you taking her picture?
I couldn't get a hold of them.
I'm confused what's going on.
I'm about to
Maybe I
quit
should
my
have smoked
fucking
that
job.
bowl.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Wait, so what about Darnold?
I love
what I keep seeing is that there's great reviews about Sam Darnold, but then again, the Jets secondary is horrible.
That's true.
So, I have mixed emotions about the Jets. One
the
thing,
Jets are garbage.
I want them to do good, though.
I do want them to do good.
I want bad for them to do good.
I want the Jets to do better. I want the Jets to do better more than I do want the Giants to do good. Because
Fuck the Giants.
fuck the Giants. Thank you, Jason.
Fuck the Giants.
Thank you.
Fuck the Giants.
So, I mean, I think Darnold was the right pick for the Jets. That's for sure. I do think he's the right pick for the Jets at quarterback. But
Right.
the Jets need a trade for Trent Williams badly.
Ooh. Okay.
Either Trent Williams or Anthony Costanzo.
Sanzo from.
Colts.
I don't think they want to break that lineup, though.
You sure? Have you seen his contract?
Mm,
And how? I'm sorry, but he's a.
I don't know. That line was really good by the end of the season. Like, Luck was spending his entire game upright, and that's very important for Indy.
Yeah.
I know a lot of that has to do with Quentin Nelson, but like as a unit, that line was really good.
Russell Wilson for
Trent
MVP.
Williams isn't going to get traded. It's not going to happen,
What?
right? Trent Williams isn't going to get
I
traded.
don't think he gets traded unless Washington gets blown away with like a Dwayne Brown offer. Like you look at the Dwayne Brown trade when it happened, it was 2 seconds, a third round pick, and Jeremy Lane.
Yeah.
So
And then didn't Lane fail?
That's hard to say no to.
yeah, I mean Dwayne Brown was a terrific trade in the long run because like you gave up 3 high picks for an All Pro left tackle.
What did those picks turn into?
I don't remember, but
Okay, I'll look it up.
I don't remember, but
I mean, and who could afford to make a trade like that to get him? Houston, maybe?
Houston maybe because I mean I got their cap space. I mean, give me a second.
Let's see. Okay, so
The Colts right now have the most cap space in the league with 45.7 million. The Texans are right behind them with 40.6.
Y'all about to hear me take a piss, BT though.
So, they can afford him.
The Texans can afford it, but
They can get
so can the Jets.
for him, right?
The Jets can afford him too.
But who needs? Well, Houston obviously needs him.
Houston needs him, but if the Jets feel like, okay, we'll give you our first round pick in return for Trent Williams, I mean, if the Jets really feel like they can go for a playoff run, do it. But
I don't know if they have the wide receivers to.
wide
I would
receivers?
definitely
Oh, God,
need a
no.
pick from the Jets more than Houston.
Oh, if you want to say, okay, the Jets need a playmaker at wide receiver, that's one I would call. Has there ever been like a trade where 2 players from the same team go to a different team? In the history of the league, has it ever happened?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how in hockey in the NBA, like
Oh,
you
like
get
a multiple team trade?
like a multiple player trade. Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
It has happened.
it hasn't.
I can't remember who, but they did it with draft picks a couple of years ago.
No, I'm like saying, okay, if two
The
players
Redskins
were to
got a
go
couple
if two
picks.
players were to go to one team in a trade in exchange for draft picks or another player, has
You're
it
not talking
happened?
about draft picks, you're talking about players, right? I don't think
Yeah,
it's ever
players.
happened for players.
No, but I think it can happen though.
I'm
Oh,
saying
it
like,
can happen, yeah, but
I'm
it's
s-
probably...
okay, so hear me out. Trent Williams and Paul Richardson go to the Jets for the Jets' first round pick and a third. Would you do that?
If I were Washington,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd fucking do
Oh,
it.
no, that's the
Yeah,
Walker
because
trade.
he doesn't want to play for Washington.
No,
Oh,
And
hey,
if you give a player that doesn't want to play, they're not going
I
to
got-
play. Right? He's going to keep himself healthy. He's afraid. He's afraid to get injured. He's afraid. I don't blame him. Their
yeah,
fucking medical staff is about as talented as the Eagles' medical staff. They're shit. Right? Who would want to go there?
where?
To Washington.
Oh, nobody.
Yeah, I mean, the dude had a tumor on his fucking head. Now, I know there's sports trainers who are not supposed to fucking pick that shit up, but at least say, hey, come see my I know they got doctor buddies. Go see my doctor buddy. You got a fucking tumor on your head. Get that checked out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there to play.
No.
I'd be afraid I'd die.
Probably,
Same
yeah.
thing with the Eagles medical staff. It's shit. Now, Carson Wentz should have fucking set out a lot longer. They rushed him back.
They did. They did rush him back.
That's Peterson's fault.
The Jets medical staff is good. I mean, I don't know too much about medical
Anything's
staff.
better than Washington.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's ever happened before. If two players have ever gone to one.
I don't think it has. It's trade or picks maybe, but I looked it up. I didn't see anything.
Well, I mean, Herschel Walker
What?
trade.
A three.
That wasn't a
A
3-team
third-
trade. That was just a.
There was a 3-team trade 2 years ago. There was a 3-team
Where?
trade 2 years ago. The Eagles.
Eagles
When
were
they
there.
got Ronald Darby. The Eagles got Ronald Darby. The Rams got Sammy Watkins. And Buffalo got Jordan Matthews.
What were the dynamics of that trade?
Do what?
I don't remember that trade. I don't remember that being a 3-team trade.
That wasn't a 3-team trade.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
remember that.
the Herschel Walker trade was three trades.
No,
Yeah.
who else was involved? That was just the Cowboys raping the fucking Vikings.
Yeah, it was.
The Chargers were there. The Chargers sent. The Chargers sent a 5th-round pick to Minnesota, and they got a. Hold up, did they not?
Then we got the pick. Then yeah, okay.
Why is San Diego involved here?
Let me see here.
Yeah,
What?
so Dallas got 4 players and lots of picks. Minnesota got Herschel and 4 picks, and then San Diego got the running back from Minnesota.
So
Did
it
you
has
look it
happened.
up, or you just going off memory?
Oh, I looked it up,
Okay.
So it has happened.
and then
Oh, back in what? 88, 89?
88. 88. It was 88.
89 because that's whenever we got
Troy Aikman.
Oh yeah, and then I read.
yeah.
And then in '87, the Bills, Colts, and Rams had a 10-player trade with Eric Dickerson involved.
Right.
Okay.
So Buffalo
ahead, Zach.
got the rights to Cornelius Bennett, Indianapolis got Dickerson, and LA got 2 players and 6 picks.
So it has happened.
So it's super rare.
Okay, it has happened. Okay, so
Although in the olden days of football, aka the 1950s, there were there's a 12-player deal that Dallas got 11 players, LA got 1, and then Chicago got 9 players, LA got 1.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
The 12-player deal was in 52, the 10-player deal was in 59.
That was the Cowboys, or was that the Dallas Texans?
Dallas Texans.
Yeah, that's the Chiefs though. That's back way back.
No, this Dallas Texans was the
The Dallas Texans ended up being the Chiefs. They moved to KC.
No. There were 2 separate Dallas Texans teams.
Oh, you're talking about? Oh shit! You're not talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm talking about, like,
what's his name? The what?
I'm talking about the really old ones, like the ones from the 50s, because the other Dallas Texans came in the AFL in 1960.
Okay. They both played the
Those
Cotton Bowl.
became the Chiefs. With, I can't remember his name.
So in the long run, it has happened before.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
It just happened a couple
Because
years
why
ago.
do that when you trade picks?
Exactly.
like if you're the Jets, do you offer Washington your 1st, 3rd, and your 6th for Trent Williams and Paul Richardson?
I think that's fair.
That's a good trade.
That's not bad.
It is a good trade. But the Jets need their first picks. They need playmakers. They have
Yeah.
they have
This year,
Robbie
Logan
Anderson,
McCarthy,
Quincy Enunwa, and Jamison Crowder.
Right.
I love Quincy ever since he came on the app, but come on, man.
I mean, if this is the year for if you need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
You got Libby from Alabama, Chenault from Colorado. One of the Clemson guys, I think.
Ross, I think it was.
Dude,
So do you think they just
Lamb
don't compete
from
this year and they get ready for the
Oh, it's
draft?
CeeDee Lamb, yeah.
Do you think the Jets have any chance in hell?
Yes, I think the Jets have a shot.
Really?
at what?
The Jets, I think,
Playoffs?
the Jets minimum, if we're going like worst record they could possibly go, 7-9.
6 and 10.
I think they could end up at 6-10, 5-11.
Well, you got to remember they played the NFC East this year.
Well,
That could be.
I want to
that's-
show.
no,
Well, I'm going to pull up the
yeah,
Jets schedule. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up the Jets schedule.
And then they play the Ravens in Baltimore in a primetime game.
They're not going to win.
Uh,
I'm going to pull up the Jets schedule. Give me a second.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna write all this down and let them do game by game. Okay,
All right. So,
week 1,
Bills, home against the Bills,
W.
Yeah, they win.
home
Think
against
they beat the
Cleveland,
Bills?
I think they split with the Bills.
home against Cleveland.
Well, we're gonna go game by game, make it easier.
Yeah, okay. Home against Cleveland, week 2.
L.
At
I think Cleveland
Patriots.
is the better
I
team.
hope they win, though. I fuck the Browns. I hope they win, but I'm still over the Browns talk.
Okay, wait, who's week 3?
At Patriots.
L.
L.
At Philadelphia.
L.
Home against Dallas.
L.
L.
Home against the Patriots.
I think they win.
L.
That's a good game.
You know what? Let's give
What a
them
horrible
sympathy.
fucking way to start the season.
Let's give them a sympathy W. Because there's no way they will lose 5 games in a row.
No. At
Really?
Jacksonville.
That schedule?
Yeah, it's the schedule.
They
Okay.
can lose those games. There's a high
But we're
probability
gonna-
to lose those games
We're
5 in a
gonna,
row.
we're gonna give them a sympathy W. They're
I
gonna
think
pull
they'll
one of
be
them out their
2-4
ass.
through the first.
Which game? Which game are they going to win? Because they're not. I mean,
Home against Buffalo.
Yeah,
Home against Buffalo, home against New England. I think they can win those games.
they're
I
not
think-
gonna win the Cleveland.
I think they could start 3-3. I think they win 2 in a row. Bills and Browns.
No,
you think they beat the Browns?
I think they beat the Browns.
I hope so.
I think they
there's
lose at New England by default.
Yeah.
yeah.
At Philadelphia they lose. Home against Dallas they lose. I think they beat the Patriots at home.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
So that's
If
3
it
and
was
3.
late in the season, I think the Patriots roll them, but Belichick's always struggling in October.
So they're 3 and 3 right off the bat.
No.
Yeah, they are. That's 3 and 3.
I don't
Four
think
after
so.
that.
That's 3 and 3.
Max. You know what? No, they might be able to pull a Philly game out of their ass.
Maybe.
I hope so. That'd
Maybe.
be great.
That'd be
Did
great.
they
That
beat
would be
Philly
great.
the last time?
No, they lost to Philly.
Oh,
They lost to Philly when Sam Bradford was their quarterback.
Okay.
I
Oh, yeah,
love
that was the
Bradford.
year that
He's the only fucking
about it.
singer that I like.
What's next after the Patriots game?
At Jacksonville.
Oh, wait, don't they have a really early
W.
bye,
That's
too?
W.
At Miami.
W.
W.
Home against the Giants.
W.
Win.
At Washington.
I think that's an L.
Home against the Raiders.
Win.
W.
At Cincinnati.
W.
Home
Yeah,
against
that's good.
Miami.
Miami.
Home against Miami, yes.
Actually, schedule's not that bad then.
Hold on.
Just
1,
late.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 9 and 4 at the moment.
That's not bad. I mean they start off with a tough schedule, but
Let me finish.
Wait,
Let me finish. At Baltimore.
That's an L.
L.
Home against Pittsburgh.
L.
L.
At Buffalo.
W. It's 10 and 6.
Thank you.
But that's
Wow.
But that's expecting a second-year quarterback to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. He's not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, let's look at it this way.
He's not Russell Wilson. He's not Russell Wilson.
He's not Russell
He's
Wilson. No,
Lamar
I don't think he's Russell Wilson at all. I think
Lamar Jackson.
that.
Uh,
I think Sam Darnold's ceiling is Matt Ryan. Like, good quarterback.
Sam Darnold's ceiling is a generic version of Andrew Luck.
yeah.
Quicker release than
No.
Luck.
No.
Yeah.
Generic Philip Rivers. Let's say that. Carson Wentz.
You might be.
Carson Wentz.
You're drifting with. You're drifting with Rivers. You're drifting with Rents. I think he's drift. I think you're fine with Luck.
Luck is the third best quarterback in the league. So
Are you fucking serious?
who?
The reaction by Jason just made me laugh.
Russ,
Mahomes,
Brady.
and Rodgers. Brady.
All right, so if you're gonna say that, say he's the third best regular season quarterback.
Yeah,
I can go with that. I can go with top 5 regular season quarterback.
Y'all watch him shred in Houston in the
I
playoffs?
watched him throwing the dirt against the Chiefs in a playoff game multiple times.
Hey, it was like what 30 degrees out there.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
Come on,
There's always excuses with shit.
it's yeah, you're right. But hey, if
That's
we
part of the game.
If
Not
we
everybody
get
can
the
play in
one-
a dome.
If we get the 1 seed and we play dome all playoffs, Super Bowl. No, I don't.
And then what?
No
The Super
debate.
Bowl's in Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, and
Well, the Super
every
Bowl's
single
al-
year that- every-
Super Bowl's in
every
Miami,
single year
yes.
the- Every single year the Super Bowl has been in Miami, the Colts have gone.
No shit.
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
we're screwed
So,
then.
it is-
Hey, I guess it's gonna be
history
Cowboys
repeats
Colts.
itself.
Cowboys
History
Colts Super
repeats
Bowl.
itself, bro.
Yeah, throwback to Super Bowl 5.
Yeah, perfect way for the 100th year.
But but the Jets could finish 10-6, right?
Yeah, they could if
I
you're
mean-
expecting a second-year quarterback to win 8 games.
I think they're closer to 5 games, 5 wins.
I think they're closer to 8 and 8.
I have them at 7-9 or 8-8.
Do you think they're better than the Bills?
What?
That one's tough.
The
I
what?
think the Bills have improved dramatically this offseason.
Josh Allen.
I think the Bills have 6 wins.
The Bills had the number
Okay.
2 defense in the league last year.
Who is going to be a better quarterback this year, Sam Darnold or Josh Allen?
Darnold.
I think Allen has better weapons, so I think it'd be really close, but I think Darnold's going to look better.
Josh Allen's going to be throwing.
You think Allen has better weapons?
Yes, they
He
got
does.
John Brown,
He does.
Beasley.
I gotta pull
Don't
my
let him
fucking
make
notes
those
again.
Jones. Beasley.
Don't forget about him.
Well,
Did-
I mean,
Zay Jones.
Zay
Robert
Jones is
Foster,
literally
good year.
T.Y. Hilton.
well, here are the Bills receivers right now: Zay Jones, Robert Foster, John Brown, Cole Beasley.
That's a fast-ass wide receiver group.
That's mad, but yeah, he's got to get the ball to him.
They're all midgets.
They've got no running game, right?
LaShawn
All he's
McCoy,
got to do is throw it 40 yards.
LaShawn McCoy, Devin Singletary, and Frank Gore.
Frank Gore is what, 36?
38. 38 or 37.
God.
They've got like the 27th ranked offensive line. He's not going to have time to fucking hit those fucking receivers.
Deion Dawkins, Quinn Spain, Mitch Morse, Wyatt Teller, Cody Ford. That's your line.
That's not great.
It's horrible, right? I mean, it's not the Miami Dolphins, but
Yeah.
Hold up. The Dolphins have a couple nice pieces on the line.
oh, their offensive line is trash, dude.
Okay.
A lot,
Deion-
but don't.
Okay, so
I think Rosen's a good quarterback, but he's just going to get fucking just ganked.
okay, so
Won't play.
here are the Jets' offensive line if they were to trade for Trent Williams and Paul Richardson. So Darnold's your quarterback, Le'Veon Bell, Elijah McGuire, Ty Montgomery's your backs. It would be Paul Richardson, Robbie Anderson, Jamison Crowder, Quincy Enunwa.
I mean, that's a fine for.
That's a good
receiver.
core. It's not horrible. It's not.
I don't think
I
it's
didn't even know Ty Montgomery was in you.
Yeah, he's a running back with the Jets. Running back /
I had
receiver.
No idea. I had no idea he was even there. He's a good player.
It would be Trent Williams, Kelechi Osemele, Ryan Khalil, Brian Winters, and Kelvin Beachum.
That ain't bad.
That's not. Yeah, that's.
There's a top 10. There's probably a top 10 line. Really.
What?
Khalil going to the Jets is the best thing that could
All
happen.
right,
now.
did y'all get the news about Tom Brady? He
Yeah.
just signed for extra 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, $23 million this year.
That's ridiculous.
That's a good fucking deal.
Sixth highest paid quarterback this year.
Yeah. But Their defense is Henry Anderson, Quinnen Williams, Leonard Williams, Jordan Jenkins, C.J. Mosley, Avery Williamson, Ja'Kai Polite. That's their front seven. Darryl Roberts, Brian Poole, Jamal Adams, Marcus May, and Tremaine Johnson as their defensive backs.
I mean, you have the stars like Mosley and Adams, but
You have the guys, you have the defense, and the coaching helps. Greg
Yeah,
Williams coming
Greg
here helps immensely. I say here because I'm in New York.
yeah. I mean, I like Adams. Mosley is really good besides covering tight ends. The defensive line, I mean, isn't bad by any means. Still young.
But
I don't really like what they have at corner.
no, I think they should have brought back Claiborne.
Good old Mo Claiborne.
Yeah. What? But honestly, what? Why didn't he have a job? Right? I mean,
Why doesn't he have a job?
yeah.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
32?
He's good.
He's better than Orlando Skandrick.
Yeah.
Hey,
What?
don't disrespect my Boise State guy like that. Although he probably is.
Are you talking about Orlando? I mean, come on.
Claiborne should have been signed by the Jets by now.
But he's going to be suspended for like at least
4 games.
right?
4 games.
He's. I don't understand why he didn't have a job.
I don't understand that
What are we
either.
talking about?
Mo Claiborne.
Mo Claiborne.
Yeah. Better than
I mean, I'm glad he's not. I'm glad he's not a Cowboy. But I still don't understand why he didn't have a job. That doesn't make any sense to me. Something else is going on.
Yeah, probably. But I'm not crazy to think the Jets could go 10-6 or better, right?
The what?
I'm not crazy to think the Jets could go 10-6, right?
That's not. I mean, that's not crazy.
It's not crazy at all. It's
Get to
not.
Sunday.
I mean,
I still think around 6, 7, 8 games tops.
I'm at 8, 8, 9.
do you think the Patriots go
I think
11?
maybe
What about the
it'd be
Patriots? Do you think they go 11-5?
The Patriots?
11-5. Okay, let's do it game by game for the Patriots.
Okay, give me a
They
second.
were hard.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Patriots.
First, if anyone says that the Pats are beating the Cowboys, I'm fucking running.
Is it in Dallas
probably
or-
don't.
No, it's in New England in November, so it's going to be like,
Here we go. Okay, so home against Pittsburgh,
When
at, at Miami.
Sunday night at home.
I think the Steelers win
Okay.
that.
Well, let's do a collective thing. I got Pittsburgh.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm New
I'm thinking
England.
Pittsburgh.
week 2.
Okay.
Week 2 at Miami.
That's an easy dub.
At Miami,
No.
they lose in Miami.
Oh,
They
shit,
lose
that's
in
right.
Miami a lot.
That's right.
Let's just
What if the
for the
Patriots
record-
start 0-2?
They could.
Oh, wow. Maybe Brady's done, and then they finish fucking 13-3.
Home against the Jets, week 3.
Okay, wait. Okay, so are we doing L or W for the Dolphins?
I'm doing a loss. I'm starting them 1-1.
Well, you're giving them the Steelers?
I'm giving them the Steelers
Me and
one.
Jason.
Just barely though.
Giving the Steelers a dub.
I'm definitely giving. I think the Steelers have that.
Okay,
You know
so
what? I don't think they start off 0-2. I'll give them the W against Miami. If they lose week 3.
no, I don't think they win in Miami.
I don't think they win in Miami either, but I don't think they start 0-2.
Okay, at Jets. Home against the Jets, excuse me, week 3.
When
Yeah.
At Buffalo.
Win.
At Washington.
It sounds like an easy W.
Tough, dude.
That's tough.
It's going to be a win.
Home against the Giants.
I'm gonna give them an L.
The Giants somehow pull something out of their ass against the Patriots. I don't know.
They do own the Pats. I mean,
but that's only in the Super Bowl.
well, you're right.
It's been
in
split.
07 they lost.
I'm giving them the dub.
2011 they lost. 2015 they lost.
Yeah, Pats are going to beat the Giants.
At Jets,
Yeah.
that's a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Home against Cleveland.
That's a
That's
win.
going to be a beating.
It's gonna be such a good.
For who?
Brady's going to fucking rape Baker.
So where are we having right now? What is it? 5-3?
Yeah, 5-3.
Okay.
No, that's 1, 2, 3.
No, 6 and 2. 6 and 2.
5 and 3.
6 and 2.
I have 5 and 3.
I have 6 and 2.
Okay.
Wait, who do I have them losing to? Jets and Dolphins. Okay, 6 and 2. I have them 6 and 2. At Baltimore.
That's an L. Sunday night in Baltimore.
I don't know, man.
I'll give
You know,
Baltimore that.
Yeah, because they got the Pats number for some reason.
At Philadelphia.
I think that's
W.
Yeah, it's definitely a W. That's payback shit.
Home against
Philadelphia.
Cowboys. Home against Cowboys. Cowboys by
Now, here's
default.
what's up.
L.
No, I don't think so, dude. I don't think so, man. The Pats own us. I think they have the best record against us, right?
Think so.
I don't care, dude. It's gonna be a
tough
good
one to
game.
win.
I'm giving them L.
It's gonna be cold,
yeah.
right?
Never forget the time Graham posted on the app and said that I told him that the Cowboys had always been the Patriots.
Yeah.
Total.
What?
Do you not remember when one of Graham's Twitter accounts posted something like, "Oh, Splash told me that the Cowboys had never lost to the Patriots."
Yes, I remember that. And I posted that fucking rebuttal that showed that it was the opposite, right?
Yeah, because I mean, at the very least, they beat you in 07. So regardless of all the other games, it's
And we don't
not-
claim that often, but I think they have our number.
Yeah.
Okay, so at Houston.
That's a win.
Houston is a win.
Home against Kansas City.
Yeah, that's a win.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's going to be a great game. Home against
That's
Kansas
right.
City.
No, the fucking Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs. That's
Chiefs win.
I say the Patriots win regular season and it's a rematch.
So is that
Playoffs,
8-4?
Chiefs win.
Is that 8-4 right now?
What?
8-4? Not, was it 8-4, 7-5?
Yeah.
At Cincinnati.
Win.
Win.
Home
Why
against
can't we
Buffalo.
pick Cincinnati this year?
Win.
Home against
Yeah.
Miami.
Win.
11-5.
Yeah,
That's
that's about
11-5.
right. That's like 11 games. Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So-
that's 11-5.
If the Jets were to somehow pull 2 miracle wins out of their ass, that'd be the first time since 2002 the Jets would win the AFC East.
12 and
No,
Jets.
because if
I'm drifting. I know I'm drifting, but 10-6 is more reasonable for the Jets.
More reasonable than what? 8 games?
And 8.
8
Yeah.
wins? I don't think the Jets can be that good.
I think the
They
Jets
win
are
8 games tops.
Okay. Lord, that
Yeah,
let's
I
what
don't see the Jets at 12 wins. I think if their 2 miracle wins happen, they get to 10.
They're still not
Okay.
going to win the division.
I'm on the same boat.
All right, so 10-6 it is. Okay. Did we do Seattle's schedule yet?
No?
We didn't. Let's do Seattle and then let's do Indy for fun because that sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do Dallas and Baltimore.
All right, give me a second. I got the Seahawks schedule pulled up right here.
Okay, let's do Seattle and then we'll do Dallas and then we'll do Baltimore and then Indy.
Home against Cincinnati, week 1.
Win.
Win by default.
Easy way to fucking start.
Yeah.
Collusion.
Yeah. At Pittsburgh.
Okay.
2-0?
That's an L.
L.
No. Home against New Orleans. That's a fun game.
That's
How is that not a Monday night
In
game? I
Seattle?
don't know.
I give y'all the L.
Wait, win?
No, it's
L.
hard to win in Seattle.
It's
Yeah.
the Saints do not do well in Seattle. I'm sorry, they
And,
don't.
I think Seattle takes that game.
2-1?
I think Breeze is on the. He's done, man. He should retire.
2-1? We're 2-1
Brees
now.
is a good ass.
Yeah, he's old, man.
So
Yeah,
we're
he's
2-0.
so good.
They're 2-1 right now. Okay, so at Arizona,
I got 1 and 2.
That's a win.
home
It's an
against the
easy win.
Rams. I think the Seahawks win that game.
Yeah.
I'll give them.
You think the Seahawks Seahawks lose at home against? I guess that's a division. Yeah.
I think the Seahawks win against the Rams, Cardinals, Saints, and Bengals. So they're 4-1 right now.
I got 3 and 2.
At Cleveland,
I think that's an L.
Really?
that's an overtime
Who's
loss
the
though.
fucking Cleveland team?
That's an overtime loss then.
That screams Odell 12 catch 223-yard game to me. So I'm an L.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm y'all the L.
Do you think Odell's gonna have that good of a year?
No,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be doubled. I think Lander's gonna have a better year.
I think Odell's probably gonna go for 1,214.
Odell can suck my
Yeah.
dick.
Dude, Baker is a hell of a quarterback.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about
If it's-
Baker Mayfield, please. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
if
Let's
this dude's
finish.
putting up 12 and 1,300 yards a year with Eli fucking Manning as his
He's
quarterback.
he's toxic. Just
He's
like his
cancer. I'm
toxic
sorry.
disease.
I'm in New York here.
Okay.
He's cancer.
All right, let's go. Let's go on from after the Cleveland.
Home against Ravens.
That's a W.
Ravens are going to Seattle?
Yeah.
It's a W.
Yeah.
Yeah,
W.
that's a long trip, man.
At Atlanta.
I think that's an L.
I
Really?
think it's a L.
No.
That is a L.
No.
That's a good game.
The Falcons?
Yeah.
Did they do something special? I don't know. What did they do?
Injury recovery.
Yeah.
I have 6-2 so
I
far.
mean, I know they kind of they worked on that offensive line, but
Yeah, they drafted 2 guys in the first.
I've got 4 and 4.
yeah, Lidstrom or
Yeah, they got Lindstrom at 14.
Caleb McGarry.
And,
McGarrick.
Yeah.
McGarry at 30.
Okay, what they play after that?
All right.
Tampa Bay. Home against Tampa Bay.
Easy dub. It doesn't even matter where it is.
At San Francisco.
Away game yet?
Yeah, at San Francisco.
I think that's an L.
Easy. No.
That's a
Easy
win.
dub.
I
That's
think
a
it's gonna be
win.
good game.
That's a win. That's a good game, though.
It's gonna be a win.
At Philadelphia.
That's a
Win. That's a win.
Philadelphia?
It's a W.
That's a tough one. That's gonna be a good game too. Well, it depends. It all depends on if Wentz is still healthy, right? I mean,
Home against Minnesota.
home against Minnesota. That's W.
At Los Angeles Rams.
L.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me, yeah.
yeah, but that's not really a home field for them. Man. It's just a y'all can win.
They play the Rams
right?
really well. They played the Rams super well last year. I thought they were going to smoke Seattle at home.
Game.
Todd Gurley had really good games against y'all too, and he's still
But there's no
really
Todd
good.
Gurley anymore. He's a show.
Todd Gurley is still a good. He's still going to be a
Oh
good
come
player.
on.
At Carolina.
Hell?
Nick Darrell Henderson too.
At Carolina, I give y'all the L. Cam
What?
is a dub. Cam
No.
is a dub.
No.
Yeah.
That's a fine for you.
All right, man. At the end of the season, we're gonna return.
Weather will be a factor, but
Hold on. Are you recording this by any chance?
What?
Are you recording this?
Yeah, we're recording this.
Okay, good. We're gonna come back to this moment right here when Cam gets his W.
Alright, fine. Okay. Home against Arizona.
Win.
that's a win.
Win.
And then they finish off at home against San Francisco.
Win.
Win.
So that's 13-3 for me. That's 13-3.
I got 10-6.
I have him at 9 and 7.
Jason?
I'd give him 9-10 wins.
I got 10-6.
I'm the only one with 13-3?
I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of factors.
It's possible.
I have them losing to the Steelers, Rams on the road, and at Cleveland.
I can't believe you have to lose that Cleveland. I guess. I mean,
It's gonna be overtime. I think it's an overtime loss.
I feel like all of the teams, like when I do their predictions, they have like 8-0 at home and then like 2-6 on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. They split with the Rams. I think they split with the Rams.
yeah, they could. I mean, they could.
Let's do Dallas if y'all want to do
All right.
Dallas. I think that would be fun.
Okay, I think. What about the Giants? Let's do the Giants.
You want to do? Okay.
Yeah, just do 16 L's and be over.
Yeah. That's
Okay. We
Let's
did
do-
the Giants then. Okay, let's do Colts next.
Colts.
Okay. I'm all for it.
All right. Okay. At Chargers.
L.
At Chargers.
Oh.
Really? You think I open up with a loss against the Chargers?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think we do. Hold on.
No.
Y'all give me. Y'all hold on.
I think they're a better team than the Chargers.
Yeah, they do have a better team against the Chargers. At Tennessee.
Win.
Home against Atlanta.
Obvious.
Win.
Home against the Raiders.
Yeah.
So
Win.
I have 4-0 so far.
Win.
I'm at 3-1.
At Kansas City.
Well,
That's the L.
Home against Houston.
win.
Home against Denver.
Win.
At Pittsburgh. That's a loss by default.
That's L.
Yeah.
Huge.
Home against Miami.
Win.
Home against Jacksonville.
Win.
At Houston.
I think they split with Jacksonville.
At Houston.
Win.
No, they destroy
You think
Houston. They
I
when
think
they
you split. You
when they go to Houston, they
Yeah.
crush them.
T.Y. Hilton eats in Houston.
When they crush Houston on the road. At Tennessee, home against Tennessee.
Win.
At Tampa Bay.
win.
At New Orleans. That's gonna be a fun one. That's a Monday night game in New Orleans.
That's not even. It doesn't require a thought, right?
What?
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans, Monday
That's a
night.
fucking hell.
Yeah, so Saints win that one.
Home against Carolina.
Win.
At Jacksonville.
Win.
So what is that? 13-3, 12-4?
13? 13's a difference. Doesn't matter once they get to the fucking playoffs, they're gonna choke.
What about Kansas City?
Oh,
Okay.
fucking
I'm gonna do the
Kansas City.
I'm gonna do the Chiefs, just for shits and giggles.
Alrighty.
Yes. At Jacksonville.
I think that's an L.
Yeah, I agree. I
That's
think
a
they're gonna
that's a
start
good game though.
I think the pressure's on.
Yeah.
We're gonna see how he can handle it.
At Oakland.
Win.
Home against the Ravens.
Win.
At Detroit.
Win.
Yeah.
Home against the
Win.
Colts.
Win.
Home Houston.
Win.
At Denver. That's a loss. I think Denver gets them.
I think Denver takes him.
I think Denver
Thursday
takes them.
night?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess it can happen.
Home against Green Bay.
Win.
Anyone
You think they beat Green Bay?
over
Yeah.
under on Rodgers pull something out of his ass?
I think he does too, dude. Because I've seen it before.
You have. I feel bad for you, man. I feel
yeah.
bad for you.
I think the Packers win that game.
Home against Minnesota.
I think
At
I think
Tennessee.
Minnesota wins.
At Tennessee.
Tennessee.
You think
I
Tennessee
think
wins
they're
that
just
game?
giving them games now.
That's gonna be a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
At Chargers.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'll go
that's gonna be
Chargers. That's
good.
in Mexico City. I'll go Chargers.
Oh yeah. That's right.
So they get swept by the Chargers.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think so.
Home against the Raiders.
Win.
Win.
At Patriots. Win.
Is that how they finished out the
I
season?
think that is a lot.
I think they beat the Patriots.
I don't know. Late in the year?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Home against
I
Denver.
think it's nasty.
Home
Beat
against
the
Denver.
second time.
So do y'all have 14 wins?
Home against
13?
Denver. I have them at 8.
8 wins?
8 or 9. Well, we didn't finish
I like
yet.
that.
We didn't
I
finish
like that
yet.
a
We
lot.
didn't finish yet. We're still at week 15.
Oh.
This is week 15. Home against Denver.
Win.
Yeah.
At Chicago. That's a loss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
And they finish up at home against the Chargers.
I thought the Chargers were already done. So I thought you said they.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
what
they
about-
split. They
okay.
split against the Chargers. Excuse me.
split? Okay.
They split against the Chargers. I saw Jax. I got confused.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Win.
11-5, 12-4.
That's about right.
That's about right. Yeah.
What
What
I'm
a,
at 9-7.
really?
Yeah, I have them losing at Jacksonville, at Denver, against Minnesota, at Tennessee, at the Chargers.
You have
at-
Minnesota beating them? How?
How?
You have Minnesota beating them.
Yes.
How? What happens?
Okay, so
Let me hear the play-by-play of this because I don't see that happening.
all right, so Kansas City doesn't have they have Frank Clark on the line, Chris Jones on the line. Beyond that, what else do they have? I would say diddly squat. And
You talking about the Chiefs?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Aren't you supposed to say? Oh, they have Mahomes. right?
Well, that's offensively. I think.
But he's the best. Right? He's like the best. He's like the best.
No, Ryan might be onto something here.
Well,
Ryan might be onto something.
I have missed the last 5 minutes. What's been going on the last 5 minutes?
Ryan might be
Oh,
onto
so
something
you're
with the
saying
Chiefs being
Vikings are
9-7.
gonna beat the Chiefs.
Ryan might be onto something here with the Chiefs being 9-7.
I mean, I guess
Chiefs?
no,
And
Minnesota
9-7?
has a better defense.
Their defense is better, but
I don't think.
You don't think their defense is better?
No, I don't. I mean, you have
I think they have a top 5 defense.
No.
the Chiefs.
Ooh.
the
no,
Chiefs.
no, the Vikings.
Oh, the
okay.
Vikings,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I think the Vikings
No, the
have a
Chiefs
top
are
5,
ass.
top 10 defense, and I think they get
Splash
better.
That's why they
than
need
this.
Mahomes. No, that's why they need Mahomes. They have to fucking score a shitload because their defense is ass. And I got in a conversation with about this with someone on the fucking U the other day.
They need
I don't
Mahomes to
think
go
Kansas
like
City
Aaron.
was undefeated at home.
They need Mahomes to go like Aaron Rodgers in 2011 because their defense is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
He was better than 2011 Aaron Rodgers last year.
That's true.
Which furthers my point about fucking Andrew Luck. I mean, come on. Really?
What? What are we talking about,
Win that
Andrew Luck?
fucking game in the
Which
playoffs?
game?
Is that
Kansas
shit
City game?
defense? Never mind. Let's
Okay.
go back. Go back.
We had a bad game.
Luck had a bad game.
Luck had a terrible game.
That was horrible.
What about what if we do Jacksonville? What if we do the Jags?
Do
Okay,
we care about Jacksonville?
I'm at 3.
That roster, though.
On the games we've already done.
That roster though,
Jacksonville?
I love that roster.
Really?
I don't like what they have offensively.
They-
Actually,
Their
I like
receivers are not bad. Their receivers are not bad.
I like D.
I like DD. I like Marquise Lee, Keelan
Is
Cole,
this just because Nick Foles is the quarterback now?
DJ. No,
No, it's just
No.
better than Bortles.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather have AIDS than Bortles.
Bortles went 11. Bortles went 11-5 with the same fucking team.
Yeah, and they got swept by Tennessee. So I mean, 11-3 there, and they were a play away from the Super Bowl.
Oh, Jacksonville wins 8 games. Right? 8 games?
I could see
9
them at
games?
8.
10, maybe.
10?
10, maybe. Yeah.
Where's 10?
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Where's 10?
Jacksonville isn't winning more than 7.
Yeah, I see 7, 8 games is about what I would put them at.
So I did it on the playoff prediction website. I'm at 9-7.
What about San Fran?
Off the top of my head, I'd say 9-7.
Let's see. So I think they beat Tampa.
It's all on Garoppolo. If he, I still gotta win maybe 8 games.
San Fran?
Yeah.
Probably.
9-7,
Probably.
depending on how they
I
do.
mean, they
the
got D.
division.
They got D Ford, right?
Well, the Niners' defense looks really sexy, considering, well, their D-line is Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, and D Ford.
Yeah.
That's a plus line.
Yeah.
Linebackers are
Garoppolo.
Malcolm Smith, Quan Alexander, and Fred Warner.
Warner had a good year last year, right?
Warner had a really good year, yeah. Defensive backs are Richard Sherman, Jaquez Tart, Adrian Colbert, Jason Verrett, and Jamie Ward.
Can we just go ahead and say Sherman's washed?
What?
Can we just go ahead and just get this out there? Sherman's washed.
Yeah.
Sherman's washed.
up.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a factor in anything.
Okay, so can I be honest here? San Francisco should have stayed with a 3-4 defense. Because if you look at their defensive line, it would be Solomon Thomas, Eric Armstead, and DeForest Buckner. Their linebackers would be Nick Bosa, Quan Alexander, Fred Warner, and D Ford. How is that not fucking awesome?
Were they 4-3?
They're 4-3.
I love the 4-3 though, man.
I love the 3-4. I'm sorry. I do.
Oh, I used to.
I love the 3. Yeah, you used to.
I mean, I had like the exotic defenses.
I love it. I would love San
It took
Francisco a
much
lot
time.
more if they switched defenses into a
Yeah.
3-4. That's a better defense than what they have right now. But
Although, is Bosa a viable outside linebacker?
I think so.
Bosa D Ford is a better outside. D Ford, his natural position was outside linebacker, but well, they're switching him to end because of the scheme they play.
Okay.
But how's their offense look? Well, their offense is Dante Pettis, Marquise Goodwin, Debo Samuel, and Trent Taylor.
I like that core.
Joe Staley, Laken Tomlinson, Weston Richburg, Mike Pearson, Mike McGlinchey.
I think they're a little soft through the center. Staley's fine. McGlinchey's fine.
Tomlinson's good.
I mean, they're like little middle of the road, right?
George
Yeah.
Kittle,
Offensive line.
George Kittle, and Levine Toilolo.
I think Kittle has another big year.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's boosting him. We'll
Tevin
see.
Coleman, Matt Breida, and Jarrett McKinnon.
That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible.
Matt Breida's really good.
Matt Breida's okay.
Yeah. Almost 5.5 yards a carry, 5.2, 5.3.
Yeah, so does Alfred Morris. So we were talking about that.
That's a better team with Alfred Morris, though.
Yeah.
That's a
With
better
Alfred
running back core with Alfred Morris because of the scheme.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan, when he was in Washington, made Alfred Morris into a top 10 back. Am I nuts?
Yeah.
He had a great
Coleman was
year.
really good when Shanahan was in Atlanta.
Because Alfred Morris didn't go to Atlanta.
Well, Tevin Coleman was in Atlanta.
Tevin Coleman was awesome in Atlanta.
Tevin
I
Tevin
love
Coleman.
Alfred Morris boy.
Where's Tevin Coleman now?
San
Niners.
Francisco.
Niners.
Dude, that Tevin Coleman is gonna go nuts.
Fuck
think?
brother.
McKinnon was out last year.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that he comes back fully from that ACL, at least this season. I think he'd be better next year.
So there's a Wentz.
Yeah, exactly. I think Wentz
Yeah, I agree.
than he did last year.
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Did they even do work on the offensive line?
Who, the Eagles?
They didn't. No, I'm talking about the Niners.
No, they
Really
didn't.
work on
They
the
didn't.
line
The offensive line wasn't great, but it was still better
I
than...
mean, it's yeah, but I mean, it's middle of the road. I mean, or even I'd say it's barely better than the Giants. Is that wrong?
No, you're not crazy.
And that's bad for a quarterback,
Yeah.
especially a quarterback coming off an injury.
Yeah.
Colts.
Now, Wentz. I mean, you guys say the Eagles' offensive line has got to be. They're everybody's boosting them. They're fucking supposed to be top fucking 3. If Wentz gets injured, then he's really a bitch.
Is Peters still there at left tackle?
Yeah, Peters is still there.
Okay.
But,
So we have, borderline Pro Bowl at left tackle, considering age. All pro at center. All pro at right tackle. The guards aren't
great.
necessarily special, but they're not bad.
Well, let's look at it this way. The Eagles defensively look really good. Their linebackers are meh. Their linebackers are meh. But I'm not sold on Philadelphia. I know Philadelphia is one of the Super Bowl
Yeah,
favorites, but I don't know.
It all comes down to Wentz.
Do we want to go through Dallas' schedule?
Sure. But
Okay, wait. I missed
Well,
going
we're
through
starting
Indy.
at least
What
3 wins,
what did you
right?
what did you guys have Indy at? Because I missed that whole thing.
I have a 13-3. 13-3.
I think our
Yeah,
floor
I had
is
one at
11
9,
and 5.
10 games.
All right,
I think our floor is 11 and 5, and our ceiling is 14 and 2.
Jason.
I think we go 12 and 4.
Jason, am I crazy to say this? Tyron Smith, Connor McGovern, Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins on the left side, Frederick at center, Zach Martin at right guard and Connor Williams at right tackle. Is that a better line?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a better line.
Then you
Line.
That's a better line.
Absolutely.
You have
They
three
that is
all
deep.
pro level players there.
Because right now
That's
they
gonna be
have. Because right now they have Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Frederick, Martin, and Collins from left to right.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful line.
I still think Connor Williams should be right tackle and put Collins at left guard.
I mean, how did he do last year?
Not as good.
But it was a need thing.
Yeah.
I think Frederick coming back is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's
I'm
great.
having an orgasm real quick. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
All right, so Cowboys home against the Giants,
Win.
That's a win.
at
Easy.
Washington,
Win.
home against Miami.
Win.
Win. So we
At-
start off 3-0 now. Okay, say Zeke holds out, right?
Yeah.
Last time we had a holdout at fucking running back was Emmitt Smith. We started off 0-2, and that's the reason why we fucking dumped that cash to get him back, to bring him back, thankfully, right?
Yeah.
So if we start off 3-0 and Zeke's still not signed, do you think
Trade him.
he gets traded?
I think it's trade. Yeah.
You know.
But
It's
it's not fair because
bad
our first 3 games are shit. That's shit. I mean, our first 3 games, that's a fucking cakewalk. That's probably the easiest start.
At
Right.
New Orleans, week 4.
Zeke will get signed.
I think he will too. I think he will get signed before the
Bro,
preseason's over.
preseason week 3 is probably when
Yeah,
I
that's about right. We'll see.
At New Orleans, week 4.
about
Have him
14
lose.
So are we doing this
years.
assuming that we have Zeke, or
It
Let's
don't
go
matter.
50-50.
I-
Let's go 50-50 split.
okay.
All right, so at New Orleans, week 4.
L.
I don't want to say when.
L
that's gonna
either
be.
way.
You think? You think it's gonna be that
Either
easy,
way.
Bill?
I
Prime time?
think it's an L. I think the
Hey,
Saints
it's not
go
enough
12 and
football.
4 this year.
So we have a problem at Sunday Night Football. So I'd say we're gonna take an L against the Saints. Let's just do it. I'll take the L.
So 3-1.
Yeah.
Home against
We
Green
got
Bay.
Home against who?
Home against Green Bay.
I think we got Green Bay at home.
Yeah, Green Bay's at home. You have home against Green Bay.
That
Green
one-
Bay is terrible. If we look at Green Bay's roster, they're terrible.
Yeah.
No.
I think we
They
got
got better defensively.
I think Green Bay's got 8 wins this year.
They've been pumping resources
I think-
into that.
Yeah,
what-
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, Green Bay. Looking at their roster, you're like, oh, they should go 7-9, but they got Aaron Rodgers, so they're gonna go like 11-5 or something.
I don't know. I like their
I'm not
defense.
worried about the Packers until the playoffs. Right?
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
trade Jimmy Graham. Right?
What is there?
Should they trade Jimmy Graham? Or am I crazy?
Should they trade
So
him?
they trade.
Should they trade Jimmy Graham?
Fuck no.
You think so?
What? I'd like to see them trade for Melvin Gordon. That'd be a good move. But
that would be good.
I like Aaron Jones.
Okay, so
I like Aaron Jones too, but Aaron Jones is not a. Aaron Jones isn't going to give you 1,300 yards.
week 6 at Jets.
That's a win.
That's an easy.
Maybe.
Another Sunday Night Football after that.
Home against
Against
Philadelphia.
Philly.
I think they lose.
L.
there.
You think we lose in Philly?
Home. It's home. It's home against
Or you
Philly.
think we lose against Philly here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
At
Well,
Giants. At Giants.
call y'all idiots, but the Giants, we gotta win. We're gonna sweep them.
Home against
They haven't
Minnesota.
beat us in 4 years.
Home against who?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, we got that.
At Detroit.
No, it should be a W, but it's like one of those games that Kirk Cousins wins.
That's another
and you're
Sunday
like,
Night
oh,
Football game.
no. But listen, that's one of those games that Kirk Cousins wins, and they're like, oh, this is why we paid him all this money to win these big games, and you still ask the rest of the year.
Home against Detroit. Detroit fucks with you sometimes.
Yeah, but we beat
Yeah,
that
they do.
ass recently.
Yeah.
Stafford. Oh, we're in Detroit at this one, huh?
Yes.
That might be different. Stafford can't come to Dallas and win.
No.
He can't go. Stafford can't win on the road. Period.
No, he can't.
Against a team that's over 500.
Yeah.
Talk about an overrated fucking quarterback.
At Patriots.
Major.
We're gonna
W.
lose that game.
I give him that. I give them a W.
Home
Really?
against Buffalo.
Hell there.
We got Buffalo.
W.
That's Thanksgiving game. We're gonna fucking yeah. That's Cole Beasley's homecoming game. We're gonna smash his ass.
At Chicago.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a real good
You know
game.
what? Imagining that game, I know Dallas is gonna win, but I'm gonna write down an L.
Yeah,
Just
because
it
it's
seems
Thursday night.
logical. It seems logical, but thinking about the game,
Talk
Dallas
about
will win
Thursday
the
night
game.
games though.
Home against the
Yeah.
Rams.
So we're gonna have Aikman and fucking Buck calling that shit.
Home against the Rams. How about this one?
I think
We're
they're
beating
gonna
I think.
We're beating the Rams this time.
All right.
Probably
Yeah.
a dub.
At Philadelphia.
I
That's a
think
win.
another L.
Home against
Really?
Washington.
Do you think Philly's? That's right. You did say Philly's gonna sweep us.
I think y'all gonna get swept by Philly, and then sweep
There's
the
no-
rest of the
And
division.
then yeah, face them in the NFC
NFC
Championship
title.
game and win.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not gonna get swept by Philly, dude. I can't remember the last time we got swept by Philly.
We'll see, man.
I can look it up.
You gotta think, Wentz isn't gonna be there. Then
Wentz is gonna.
Wentz is gonna be there week 16.
Wentz is gonna. I say.
You think he's missing a year?
I think he's still gonna be there. I think he's gonna be healthy all year.
Don't listen, dude. What kind of drugs are you on?
Okay. Finish
Drugs
the
are
year.
bad.
Finish the year home against
We're back from
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington at home.
Washington.
We'll beat Washington.
Okay.
I don't know, man. We've been splitting with Washington.
How about Chicago?
'Cause
Okay, the last time the Eagles swept the Cowboys was 2011.
Okay.
Damn, that
See,
was
that's,
that far.
that's forever ago.
The
would not
Cowboys
long ago.
swept in 2012. They split the last 5 years,
Yeah, we split last 5. That's right.
and then Cowboys swept last year.
Okay.
They
How
got
about
what?
Chicago? What about the Bears?
I think
Didn't we already do
that's
Chicago?
We didn't do the Bears yet.
We already did that one.
No, we didn't.
Yes,
We didn't do the
did.
Bears schedule.
I think that's an L.
What about Chicago home against Green Bay?
Wait,
Win.
what?
We're doing the Bears
I'm
schedule.
sorry.
We did
Yeah,
Washington
Bears
already.
Wait, what did you have Dallas finishing at?
I
Uh,
had Dallas won
11 and 5.
Or 11 and 5.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
That's about right.
Well, let's do the Bears.
Okay,
Okay.
Home against Green Bay.
that's a win.
At
Okay.
Denver.
I think
At
that's
Denver?
an L.
At Denver. That's
What?
like
What?
that's gonna be fun.
You said at Denver and L?
That's gonna be
at Denver.
fun.
Dude, Dude, who is paying you from fucking Colorado?
Right.
My God, man.
Okay, Denver just picked off the Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator from Chicago, a slot corner from Chicago, who was never, or Bryce Callahan, who was an integral part for that team. In that, I mean, is
I love how every time we think Splash is a dumbass, he comes at us with like a million fucking facts. He's like, "This is why I'm right. This is why you're wrong. I'm 17 and I'm better than you."
Wait,
I've known
so,
a kid for 5 years and he's been an asshole the whole time. I love it.
who, me?
Splash.
Oh, yeah, you're a dick.
Yeah. At Washington.
a win.
So 3-0.
W. Yep.
Home against Minnesota.
I
W.
think, in,
4-0.
yeah,
At Raiders.
in London. I think.
W.
Oh, that's right. I play
W.
in London.
It don't matter. It's
was it,
fucking Derek Carr.
Home against the
What's
Saints.
her name? Casey's going to that game. She's flown out to that game.
Who?
In London. Casey.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm on a group chat with her. She's cool. Flash.
What year
Flash
you stayed
I don't
in
know
this?
if you remember her, Dan, but
I
That's
think
like
I do.
2015.
yeah.
Think
She's
so.
like a big Bears fan.
We don't have a lot of Bears fans
Wow.
here anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. George left. Both Logans left.
George is very active on Twitter, though.
Yeah,
I bet.
very.
Home
And then-
against New Orleans.
Bill, who I guess is the Bears.
New Orleans is the L.
Yeah.
I think they beat New Orleans at home.
At home,
Also,
yeah,
you think they start
yeah,
off 6-0?
yeah. I think Breeze.
think they
Gets,
start
I
off-
think Breeze gets has a horrible. He has one of those games he had against Dallas. You know, it's just a bad game.
Home
Yeah,
against the
There's no way
Chargers.
Chicago is going to start the year 6-0.
that's why I have them losing.
Why not?
Because they're no.
Home
And
against
You don't think
Chicago.
Chicago's starting 6-0?
Wait. Home against the
No.
Chargers. How about that?
Who they play after New Orleans?
I don't see how
Chargers.
you have Denver beating Chicago with fucking Joe Flacco. Hold on, I gotta smoke a bowl just to catch up to your fucking level.
Okay, well, Brock Osweiler beat the Bears last year.
Do what?
Let the man talk, would you?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Who do they play after that?
Go ahead.
At Philadelphia after the Chargers.
Didn't we
Philly's
count
got
that as? What did we count that as earlier? Whenever
That was a
did?
win.
Did we do the Chargers?
I think it's Philly.
No, we're doing Philly. Philly.
It's Chicago
We
and
didn't do
Philly.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I like the Bears.
I think Philly's in Philly.
In Philly,
I
yes.
think they-
Oh, in
think
Philly?
Philly
No,
wins.
so.
What was that, week
Philly does.
6? I think
7.
Wentz is still there. I think Wentz gets injured in that game.
Yeah.
That's when he goes down. That's when he springs his vagina. And that's the last time we see him this game.
Hold on. Let's take a pause on this for a second.
Yeah.
Wentz is not that injury prone.
Are you fucking serious?
Like, no. Let's take a look at it real quick.
He's played
He's not
3
an injury
years.
He's
Let's
okay.
take a look at it.
He hasn't. He's played one complete season in 2016.
No. Okay, look.
And that's it.
Okay, you're
His
sounding
MVP
like
season?
a Titans
Hey,
fan.
I've got it. I'm
No,
posting
he's
an
not
X-ray
that
of his
injury
fucking
prone.
knee.
Okay, it's like the Andrew Luck shit. Like, Andrew Luck has a lot of injuries, but he doesn't miss a lot of games because of them. He just missed one full
He
season
missed the whole fucking
and then half
year.
the season. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But he's not as injury prone as everyone makes him out to
No,
be.
and Luck is not as injury prone as Wentz. No.
Everyone's like, oh, Andrew Luck can't even play a game. He's like, Andrew Luck's only missed one season and then half of the game.
Andrew Luck was smart by setting that year out. Now, if,
Yeah, exactly.
if
And then-
the Eagles medical staff would have set Wentz out,
And if Patrick Mahomes didn't have a 14-inch long dick, Andrew Luck wins MVP last year.
I heard his dick was only like 6 inches. I think you're over.
They give it,
I mean, he's a Red Raider, so they don't have big dicks over there in Lubbock.
Okay,
All right.
let's continue with schedule after Philly.
Home against Chicago. Excuse me, Detroit. I'm tired, man.
Home against Detroit. That's a dub.
At Rams.
L.
L.
What?
You think the Rams beat him?
No.
Yeah. Good. All right.
Home against the Giants.
Win.
Dub.
Win.
All
At
they
Detroit.
wins that game last year. Win.
Dub.
Home against Dallas.
Win.
L. L.
Oh.
Wait, who did we count that as earlier?
You count y'all Chicago.
I think I did have Chicago. Wait, no, I didn't. I have them all right.
Chicago's not in the game.
At Green Bay.
L.
They're gonna split
Yeah.
Green Bay, so yeah, L.
Yeah.
Home against Kansas City. That's going to be fun.
I think that's a win.
No,
Wait.
that's a loss.
Home.
In Chicago?
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
You see,
I'll give them the dub.
dude, the fucking Bears defense is gonna fucking shit on Mahomes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think it's funny how a bad
game yet?
a bad game from Mahomes is 300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
What was his
And 4 picks.
This is you can't even argue this. The Bears have the best defense in the league.
Yes. Bears have best defense in the league.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think they regress heavily on defense.
Well, yeah, because they lost their coordinator and one of their best corners.
I think they still hold strong. I think they
And
have
also,
great defense.
they were very fortunate with turnovers. They forced 3 turnovers in half of their games.
What?
I don't think that's sustainable.
What was their record this year?
12-4.
They went 12-4 with fucking Mitch Trubisky. Yeah,
Yes.
that defense is solid, dude.
I'm not okay. Yeah, the 2018 version of the defense was great.
What
I can't
changed?
argue that. The 2019 defense, I don't think will be as good. I
Okay.
think Trubisky takes a step up, but I don't think that defense leads the league in points allowed again.
All right. Finish the year at Minnesota.
L.
So what is that? 11-5, 12-4?
Dub.
I'm at 11-5.
All
I
right.
got 11-5.
All right. Guys, it was fucking awesome having you guys on. We gotta do this again. We gotta do this again more often. And,
And we got to do the Ravens
Right
time.
yeah.
I love the casual kick us off. All right, love having y'all on.
No, I didn't kick you. I'm not kicking you guys off. We've been doing this. How long have we been doing this show for? Give me a second.
Like 2 hours.
2 hours. Yes, but 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, it's fucking awesome having you guys on. Seriously.
That's fun, dude.
Alright,
Love
man.
I'm going back.
Love having you guys
My
on, man.
bad. Sorry, y'all.
Are you gonna
for
end
missing
this? Are
something.
you gonna end this like a motivational quote or something?
What?
Yeah, don't give us something. Pull something out of your ass,
Something.
man. Come on.
Seriously. I'll talk to you guys later, alright?
Peace.
All right, have a good one, dude.
You too, man.